Hello. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. Dear Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy. Let's greet our friends. Let's greet everybody. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Members, subscribers. Can't see all of this. I was running a little late. Sorry about that. Um, it's just stuff just be going crazy and happening. When it rains, it pours. You know, they trying to silence. They don't want us to be great. So much going on in the background. Yeah, I don't even know. Let's just see. Thank you so much for hit the like button. A lot of you are asking about the hype button. I don't know what's going on with the hype button. I've been literally been with YouTube help desk, partner help desk. I'm like, I'm a YouTube partner. Can I get some love? So I've been back and forth with emails, with chat, with all that, with that and a few other issues. So I'm just working through the turbulence. I'm just working through the madness, flying through the turbulence, like our our guy says. Um, so it's just been nuts for no reason. Um, so I activated subscriber only, um, just to make sure we good and what I'm saying, kosher, hopefully. Because growing pains when the bigger you get, or as you're growing, there's thank you so much for the hearts and the 100%. It comes with a lot of people manifest to be wealthy, do this and that, but you gotta accept everything that comes with it. Just food for thought, because with great power comes great responsibility. And what I mean? They have me over here saging before this thing, just because there's so much going on in YouTube. Just be, because I'm a music lover, so they be trying to kill me, and put these, they're trying to put copyrights, all kinds of stuff because I upload so much music. But shorts, you're allowed to put music, certain things, certain people, music is allowed if it's approved. And I'm just learning this stuff, and it's just crazy. So that's why I like to just do mashups. People that just are talented, they're in a studio somewhere or they sing real good in their kitchen, and put them on. There's no copyrights, for that, and just give some people exposure. It's just nuts. Okay, let's greet our friends. Um, let's see what everybody's saying. Got the Gloria on, you know what I'm saying? Hello, Mac Mer. I don't know, Mercrim. Okay. YouTube be changing your name, so I don't know who everybody. Okay, member Texas Flower. You see the little icons that they have. I upgraded the icons. How you doing, Bridget Moore? Um, Sharon, hi. How are you? I got the notification and ran to the store real quick to grab some ice cream for this. How wonderful! What a sweetie! Aw, that means a lot. That you want to be here, spend time. You like our input. We be our shenanigans. You like our shenanigans. Texas flower ice cream sounds good. She said. Marianne, member Marianne. Hello, Marianne. Member T Style. The members are so intricate and funny and just elite. I appreciate all my subscribers as well. Um, these members are hilarious. They literally were cream of the crop, handpicked, good writers, intelligent people. It's just a privilege for you guys to support me. I'm just honored. Uh, Ice cream for everybody. Yeah, what y'all want from the store, right? You should have taken the order. Okay. Um, let's see. And used to go around. Okay, okay. Hope everybody's having a nice weekend, staying toasty. Um, Oh, that's nice. Y'all were just, having a conversation. That's nice. Community. Bad Bunny. That's tomorrow. Yeah. So it's okay. So let's see. I'm gonna make sure I have all the. Um, yeah. It's just it's been a lot. Like, yeah, I don't know all the stuff that we go through. Besides the fact that it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work to create content and everything. So the hype button is no longer video. Nice to see. Thank you, Miss Tremias. Um, thank you. Happy belated birthday. Thank you so much. Um, the hype button doesn't work. This is a new feature and it's glitchy because I'm looking at a lot of comments on other people's videos and they're saying the hype button doesn't work, or those help, those hype button, how to enable the hype button. When you watch those videos, the comments on there, people like that still didn't work. It doesn't work for certain videos, and I'm monetized. But with shorts, they don't really always pay that much. You know what I mean? So it's a little detail, but you gotta have a lot of views. I do, I'm thankful for a lot of the views I'm getting. Um, so yeah, yeah, there's a lot. All is well with you all. RB8233. Hi, we're good. Sage in Florida. Well, listen, I had to. Aqua gang, gang, gang. Yeah, I had to, because it was just like one thing after another. I'm putting out like 10 fires just to have this live. So it was just nuts for no reason. A lot of stuff going on, fighting with YouTube. I'm like, come on, y'all made me a partner. Yeah, y'all know I'm hardworking, decent, just trying to provide good content. Like, stop making it so difficult. Um, it's just crazy. So, but we're here. We're good. Um, Grateful. We're grateful. So we're gonna get right into it. So I don't, spend too much time of your time. Your presence. My mic is low. When it rains, it pours. Um, I don't know what to do about that. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Let me see. Let me know if it's higher now. Mic is low. It's always something. I'm telling you. Is it higher now? Is it higher now? If not, um, if not, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get another mic. See, this is like what I spent. I spent It's better. Okay, is it better? All right. So we'll keep it there, and okay, it's better. Okay, what are okay? People saying it's a little better. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Okay. So we have some topics, some reactions that we're gonna do together, and my reaction to the Grammys and everything. There's so much at the Grammys. We're gonna talk about, of course, Kendrick's win, outfits, the clips reaction, Tyler, Jid's reaction, which went viral, uh, not for the right reasons, and all the crash outs, the crash outs, the people that don't wanna see Kendrick excel and are jealous. Little Wayne's, reacting to it. Uh, just a bunch of people, academics, and a lot of the people that have not evolved, have not had some growth. We have what else do we have? We have, we're gonna talk about, lefty gunplay, all that, receiving that Grammys. I'm gonna talk about the fall off. J. Cole's album. I did listen to it, so for the people to be like, "Oh, you're just gonna automatically hate," no, I listened to it. I analyzed it. You know, I I just I heard everything. I heard everything. I rewinded. I heard the intonations. I looked at the lyrics. I saw everything. I saw who were the producers. Like, I studied it a little bit. Um, So what else we have? We also have, Bad Bunny, of course, has the, yeah, a bunch of crybabies. Um, Bad Bunny has the Super Bowl tomorrow. Um, Cameron suing J. Cole. He gave a little bit more information about that. And the information is just like I figured. Simba, rapper Simba, putting diss track, and that's, I use that term very loosely, against J. Cole, because right before his album dropped, Hit a J3, the Subliminals, just it's a lot going on. This is just a week. We last met a week ago. So it's just crazy. So the Grammys was great to me, because they finally are giving a space and time and importance to hip hop. The years that they didn't give importance to hip hop, they saw how people were not interested in those damn Grammys. Uh, they didn't care, and they were, quite frankly, boring. And there was no excitement to them. And Kendrick wouldn't show up to some, and a lot of people didn't show up to a lot of the Grammys. Hip hop is not going anywhere, just like Kendrick said. So it is inevitable. People love hip hop. They love rap. They be imitating. They be trying to cosplay. They be trying to pretend. A lot of people that are not of the culture be sweating hip hop and sweating rap and everything, and just want to be all cool, be urban dressed and all this, and try to hijack the culture, but they don't want everything that comes with being of color, or being of the culture, or living that life, and living the stories that people tell. They don't want all of everything that comes with it. We just want to, we want the cool stuff. We want to have the subwoofers hitting in the car, in our mansion, outside of our driveway, when we drive up in, 100K car, $100,000 car. So Kendrick tried something different. I think Kendrick knew, and I love Kendrick's style, that is always evolving. He always knows the intention and the mood. Last year with the tuxedo, with the Canadian tuxedo, that was perfect, because he was in battle mode. You understand? Now it's a celebratory phase. Now the battle has been won. The battle was won in Euphoria. The battle was won before. I'm the type of person, I have faith in Kendrick. The was won before. So he had that outfit last year, and it was perfect, because he knew he only submitted one song, for crying out loud. So this year he finished that tour, dragging everybody that needed to be dragged, and doing everything that needed to be done. And he knew, now is my acceptance, now is my accolades, my high honor. A soldier that returned home from the war, and is getting the reception, and getting the recognition. So he knew how to dress, and that suit was tailored to the gods. It was tailored perfectly. So he knows. A lot of people were, saying, "Oh, he's having his pants all sagging and all this," because that is intentional. Also, he was being intentional to that era of hip hop, and also because GNX had a different vibe than To Pimp a Butterfly. GNX was hype. It was, oh, y'all want bops? Okay. You want bops? But I'm still going to give you the substance, the medicine of reincarnation. I'm still going to give you, but I'm going to do it in magnificent beats, magnificent production. And it's a different vibe. GNX was extremely intentional. It's still heartfelt. Everything that he said, the hard part, hard part 6, still very, very emotional, putting his heart out, giving a chance to all these new features. When in the world was Lefty gonna imagine being on stage receiving a Grammy with Kendrick a few years ago, dressed up in a suit himself? So Kendrick did a lot. This album was for the people, for the culture, for everybody actually, and it was influential. And he, you know, got to the masses. He reached the masses. So I like also the way the speech that he gave. It was very emotional and sincere. He was very cute, adorable, and the simplicity of his humility. You could tell his humility, and that is one thing that I noticed because he asked to sample that Luther song, and he said we're gonna do just that. There's some people that go back and forth. I know rappers that have gone back and forth, and they even say it in an interview when they going fighting for the to get a sample and fighting back and forth. You don't fight back and forth. If a legend and these people that created magic in the past told you it's a no, it's a no. You move on to the next sample. You move on to something else. So he was very humble in the and sharing that they say no cursing, and transparent. And he did just that. So he could be the most gas person in the world right now. He did a world tour where people in different countries were still waiting for him. Asia, Africa, still waiting for him, which I'm sure he's gonna go there. He is very aware of everything that goes on in the requests that people have. But he could be the most gas person in the world, just like Drake was when he was going back and forth with Meek Mill, and that wasn't even such a sensational battle. He was just being a bully for no reason, and look, all that came back to haunt him. So he could be very gas and be like, "Yeah, see what I did to Drake." He don't even want to talk about it. When he's done, he's done. When he's finished, he knows everything that he had to say. The whole world knows pedal to the metal, OVO, and all the things we need to know. So he he knows. So his humility is something that is sexy. It is appealing. That he is just so appreciative of other people. The way he give credit to Tyler. I have to upload that video. Tyler was so happy when he was mentioning them, and of course he didn't mention Jid. Intentional. He's not trying to mention Jid. Jid, Jid, and whatever's going on with Jid, we're gonna talk about Jid, but whatever's going on with Jid and Dreamville, he's not even on the Fallout album, and I mean it's a bunch of mess going on over there. Let's see what y'all saying. Like, do you think Kendrick will ever good enough for the album of the year? Good enough? I don't like the way that's phrased. Good enough? He's already good enough. He's better than the Grammys. The Grammys is gonna come. I think the Grammys. I think hip hop outgrew the Grammys. How about that? I don't think the Grammys is good enough for hip hop. How about that? Catch me outside. No, no, I don't like that phrasing. Respectfully, no, he's better than the Grammys. And he can win every. He can win album of the year. He can win anything he puts his mind to. I think they gave him as much as they could, and I'm pleased with whatever, but he is bigger than that. Kendrick, Marianne said, Kendrick's being very intentional in his outfit and what he wanted to project. He's very careful what he was saying as well. And how he shouted out the clips, and if you see the videos, the clips was so happy, and Tyler, the creator, was like a big kid. He was just like when Kendrick mentioned him, those are my brothers. Jid was right nearby, and he didn't mention Jid. Jid has funny, weird energy. I don't really mess with him like that, respectfully. I don't really mess with him like that. Like, it's something strange about his energy, and he moves funny, and we'll talk about that. Can you see? But Luther didn't have any need for cursing or emphasis. A beautiful song. When Kendrick does a beautiful song, he knows how to do a beautiful song. And one thing about Luther that is phenomenal is that he knew he could pull Luther off by himself with Soundwave and whatever. This man brought the and Tech. He brought Kamasi. He is saxophonist, jazz phenomenon writer. He brought that Rosalie, that lady from the Dutch writer or producer. This so that's why you saw those people on stage that you never probably seen before, some of you, because he's like, no, I know that I'm good, I know SZA's great, but we need to make this phenomenal. He'll keep adding to carts, adding people, and adding the best of the best, so that he can create absolute magic. The video on top of that was sensational. When he brought the part of the video where it was Luther's original track, oh, that, that was, um, that would give you goosebumps. So, Jay thought he had a chance. Jay thought he had a chance. Him and J. Cole keep begging for a feature, keep begging to trigger or to entice Kendrick. Kendrick is not interested in either one of them. So they move by the same playbook. Both of them move identical. Jid and J. Cole. J and J Foundation. That are subliminal and subliminal disses. Right, man. How you doing? So a lot of the things are not are not, don't need an answer. J. Cole doesn't need an answer. Uh, Jid doesn't even need an answer as well. So okay, so Tyler, so Clips won best rap performance. Now a lot of people are saying that there's a little controversy because people saying, oh, they won because Kendrick's on it or whatever. That's not true. Their album was exceptional as well. Clips album, their songs were exceptional. So they won for the first time. I know they should have won years ago, regardless of people saying, oh, they talk about, no. They're creative in the way they use, the culture and the way they use their experiences in the past. They're very creative in their verbiage. Tyler won for best album cover. So a lot of people saying album cover. Hey, he won a Grammy. He's very creative. It's creativity, so it doesn't matter, what happens. Luther is absolute perfection. Leon Thomas won for best R&B album, and best best traditional R&B. Yes, so he won a couple of awards. Um, SZA Record of the Year, Best Melodic Rap, you know, and who else? Lefty Gunplay for TV Off. So there was, a lot of great moments, and all the people, all the, I love all the people on stage that have been quietly working behind the scene. Um, Scotch Bridgeway, Mark, Rosalila, I think that's her name, the lady, M Tech, and Kamasi. The Alchemist was working last year with Meet the Grams, but Jack Antonoff, like all these people that he brings aboard to create this absolute phenomenon song. He did such an honor. He was meticulously making sure that he was respectful, that it was a beautiful song. And that goes to show you, you don't have to always, Kendrick knows you don't always have to be talking about nonsense or having to do 1,000 curses on a song to reach the masses and to create absolute perfection. So, um, yes, I do believe that Kendrick is gearing up. Remember, Kendrick is a workaholic. Do you know a workaholic? Do you know how they move? They can't be still for a little while. If you're home for a little bit, you feel like you have stuff to do. You always create. Plus, a creative person is always creating something, is always thinking of getting inspiration from everywhere. So their mind is always working. you know that's how I am when it comes to like this channel. Like, it doesn't stop. I have a lot of ideas. I have things that I have to write down. I have several notebooks. It's a big thing. It's a big to do. Also, because as we know from my last live that Baby Keem was seen in New York City recording, so that something is happening. And they and if Kendrick says that something is coming, no, we got one, we got one. He said that at the Christmas TD Christmas. um so he is a man of his word. If he's gonna do anything, he's gonna make sure he is a man of his word. It must be something phenomenal. Plus the snippets that we heard from Soundwave, um Nights Over Egypt sample. Check that out on my page, Nights Over Egypt. So he's definitely gearing up. So Jid, let's talk about Jid. Jid is funny money. He's just strange. When he was at the red carpet, they asked him several questions and he answered them in a weird way. They were like asking him, "Are you gonna be on the fall off?" And he was like, he got really uncomfortable and weird and was like, "You know what? Yeah. So thank you so much. Like I'm done with this. Okay." And he walked away or whatever. Okay, that's one. Then they asked him who inspires him, what other rappers or people inspire who he wants to work with, collaborate with. He didn't mention hardly any rappers. Actually, he didn't mention anybody. He mentioned, what's that lady's name? Um, some singer. Uh, I forgot the singer, but it doesn't matter. Chappelle Rowe, Chapel Rowe, or whatever. It doesn't matter. So subliminally, these are scary cats. They can't really step up to Kendrick because and this is a thing. I think these people want to be relevant regardless. Even if they play themselves, they just want to be viral. They want to try to make money because their intention is making money, fame, all that nonsense. Kendrick wants to actually make good music, good product, put out a good album, reach people, touch people, inspire people. His intentions are different, so that's why the success will come. When your intentions are pure, the success is going to come. When you do something you love, you don't even feel like you have to get paid for it, but then you will get paid for it because you're going to be keep working and perfecting your craft. So Jid wants to just have a moment and be viral by featuring with Kendrick. That's all he wants. He never cared about Kendrick. When the hell do you see him checking up on Kendrick or trying to be friends or whatever? The same thing with J. Cole. J. Cole thought it was gonna be all hype. You know when somebody hypes you up to do something stupid in high school or wherever, and you like, yeah, because you're young and dumb and you didn't think about it, and that goes to show you the fall off, all these things, the birthday blizzard, all that stuff, it was named properly because they're frozen in time. They haven't evolved, they haven't grown, they are in the same place, the same flows from wherever they were. So Jid also went viral. He went viral 3 times in the Grammys for when Kendrick won and it was announced. He was just like his face was so serious and he was clapping like, and also like Kendrick didn't mention his name, and that's what I love about Kendrick. That's why he's a authentic savage, meaning like if he don't like you, he ain't gonna f with you. He's not gonna mention your name. Don't expect anything. In the front of the biggest stage or the biggest music night, he is gonna make sure you know I don't like you. I don't care, and I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. And I'm gonna be chilling with my family, doing whatever I gotta do, and I'm gonna let you know I ain't mentioning your name. I noticed that when Kendrick showed up, surprised the audience in California at the Clips concert. When it was the three of them, Pusha T, Malice, and Kendrick, looking like the real big three on stage, Jid was there. He was backstage, but you can't find one picture of Jid and Kendrick. You can't. And if it is, if there is a picture out there, it must be in passing when he passed him or whatever, and he didn't mess with him. He didn't mess with him. Like Clips has a song with Jid or whatever they feature with Jid, but Kendrick don't mess with him at all. I keep saying it, and people are hopeful. Like, oh, I hope. He has, to me, strange energy. I'm sorry, and he's not authentically happy. I don't think for Kendrick. Are you happy for me? No. Some people are not. So let's see what y'all saying. Yeah, he keeps subliminally. How you gonna be nasty to a person you wanna keep featuring or keep working with? He used to say Kendrick right off the bat. Yeah, he used to say Kendrick. Listen, if you're a fan of someone, Kendrick didn't do anything to that little boy or that grown man child. He didn't do anything. So if you really love Kendrick, you're gonna love Kendrick unless he does something terrible or crime or something. You understand? Kendrick did nothing to Jid. So if he really loved Kendrick and admired him, there's no way he wasn't gonna say, oh, "I want to feature with Kendrick," because Kendrick is studying you. He's looking at you, and he sees that your actions are not consistent. So they're not sincere. The same problem that J. Cole has. I don't think J. Cole. Again, I'm the unpopular opinion. Like I told my members, my reactions are gonna be different because I don't care. This is what I believe, and a lot of times I've been proven right. I said it from the beginning. I said in like 2 3 lives ago. I said Jid is weird. Jid has messed up energy. J. Cole too. Look at J. Cole's album. Wait till we go over J. Cole's album. This back and forth. I want peace. I want war. I want peace. I want war. I remember you were conflicted. Misusing your influence. Sometimes we could quote that. Yeah. Jid is envy of Kendrick, and I believe that Jid was a Dreamville guy. I can talking about Kendrick. Jid is beyond jealous of Kendrick. He wants that because I had to disable comments on a video that I put that I said, is Jid using Kendrick's flow? Because to me, I feel like Jid is using Kendrick's flow. And I understand when you coming out or you getting steam, you trying to find your identity. Jid raps, he could rap. Okay, fine. But just because you can rap doesn't mean that you're influential, that you're authentic, that you're real, that you have substance. How's that? That doesn't mean that you have substance. Because some people sound okay when they rap, sound like a rapper, like Drake. He sounds like he could, be a rapper or whatever. That doesn't mean that he means the words that he's putting out or he cares about it. Ari Lennox left Dream Milk. There's a problem with Jid and Cole. That's maybe why he's not on the fall off. Didn't promote God does like ugly. He had the worst. Jid had the worst rollout. Period. It was like non-existent because I couldn't even find too much footage to. He did a couple interviews, a couple whatever, but it wasn't. It was non-existent. Um, let's see. I agree. J. Cole is weird. He's strange. He has messed up. He's a disloyal person because remember him and Kendrick. If you see the old videos of Drake of J. Cole and Kendrick is laughing a real laugh with him. He's like, oh, having a great time with J. Cole. And J. Cole's just like looking at him weird. He looked at him weird when he brought him out on his tour and everybody just went crazy. His own fans went crazier for Kendrick. He looked at him weird in interviews. He looked at him weird backstage. He looked at a lot of the videos. He's looking at Kendrick strange to me. I can read energy or I can read the room or whatever. I see how, it was different. I agree. J. Cole is holding his artist back. J. Cole is dismissive. J. Cole likes to hide. J. Cole, how in the world can somebody that runs away from problems, responsibilities, your word, can give you a good rollout? You understand? I'm sure he promised Jid the world and put that guy out there and the music and did nothing. Okay, he promised him the world. He runs away from everything. What the heck can he give you? What can he possibly give you? So unfortunately that's what happened. So that was, Jid's weird moments at the Grammy. That flow. Wait, what you said, Texas? I said, yeah, on that flow video. Oh, yeah, and I had to disable the comments because the little groupies and the little whatevers, were all, in their feelings, and little teeny tiny violins were playing in the background. As people crying me rivers. Like, oh, no, how dare you? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You don't like it, start a channel. Start a channel. See how easy it is or how fun it is. And then give your opinion. But me, I'm going to be authentic to my opinion. Even if I'm wrong, I will be passionately wrong. I will be passionately wrong. And just be like, you know what, I was wrong, but damn it, I believed in what the hell I said, period. Clocked it. I'm passionately wrong. That's fine. But I passionately meant what I said. Oh, on Black Friday, he destroyed him. It was an embarrassment. Black Friday was an embarrassment. Why in the world do y'all think that that project of him, the collab album, never happened? Nobody sits, not that many people sit down and think about it. If they're such good friends and everything was kosher, don't you think that Kendrick saw the way he was chilling with the way J. Cole was all sweating Drake back then? Okay, when he was, in his Drake Keisha prime, he studied all of that. He understood all of that. So yeah, he took that poor man through changes. He put that man through all the changes in life, through grief, despair, agony, and defeat on his own song. Like, I cannot even remember, um, uh, J. Cole's verse. And then Kendrick went ham on that song. He even ended up acting like he was crying. He was like, "And I don't think it's so fair." Like, you remember that line? Oh my God, he deserves an Oscar, an Emmy. He deserves everything for that one feature. That feature was one of his craziest features. I swear for God, that he put that boy through the shredder. Respectfully, nobody cared. After that, I would have ran for the hills, and I would have just been like, I'm staying in my lane, never to mess with um, Kendrick again. They don't learn. And they think they could do that for clout. They think they can, okay, let me put Kendrick for clout. Oh, you gotta be careful with clout. Cause clout can change your legacy and be remembered as a lame. That's what clout can do. Clout can make you be remembered as a lame. Oh, wait a minute. Do we have a Eric? Oh, Eric, how are you? Nice to see you. What a privilege and an honor. Nice to see you. Nice to have you here. Thank you for visiting us. What an honor. Obsessive stance groupies. I can see why you disable the comments. Okay, check it out. Check it out. I might have to do something after. I'm just, yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. I listen. I've said way worse. Okay, I can tell when people are kind of new on my channel and they're just like, oh my God, no. We have to be authentic to who we are. Excuse me, or what we believe. If you don't like it, there's no happy medium. I go gang, gang, gang. There's no happy medium. You either love something or you don't, but you can respect. Listen, I have friends that like Drake, that like whatever, and I could respect it. And I'm mature enough to have a conversation where I can say, that was a little bop, you know what I'm saying? That was a good track when he put this out. It was danceable. Um, oh, please, you have an open door policy, Eric. So I and people that know me, Eric. If you know, you know, right, Eric? If you know, you know, because we've had conversations, Eric and I, about people that we like and people that we don't like, and we could be very mature about it and be like, you know what? I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he talks tough. Keep making me dance, raising my hand, and it won't be no threat. And they keep making jokes about Kendrick's hype, but he made one. So, God, let me tell you something. And Kendrick, I mean, if you saw the BET award, right? And you saw, look, I'm gonna leave you right here. If you saw Kevin Hart giving Kendrick his awards, okay, there's short people, okay? Kendrick is all right, and y'all gonna stop with that nonsense, right? They're gonna stop with that nonsense because that doesn't equate to a man's value. And okay, so let's say he's not super tall, right? Okay, well he disabled and disarmed a 6 foot man. All these 6 footers, he done given Drake Keisha about 48 funerals. You feel me? So then what's the purpose? What's the purpose behind the heights? You understand? That doesn't mean anything because Kendrick is a brave heart. He dared to do what a lot of people didn't do, which is go through this battle, win it, strategize like a genius, plan ahead, and just create. His pen game is different. They gonna stop playing with Kendrick. His pen game is different, and when he is worked up, and I mean mad, his pen game is crazy. Did you see the video that I put that says Kendrick cannot lose? If you didn't watch that, watch that. Where somebody was saying that when Kendrick was doing the battle, he done called one of his homeboys and with Absol's phone. And this is this has been proven with Absol's phone, called them and was like just staring into the phone like a menace and hung the hell up in the middle of the night. Like he was not even sleeping. He was on battle mode. You don't understand. This is why Kendrick is so interesting. The dichotomy of Kendrick. He's humble. He's everything. He's everything. A lot of things. He makes mistakes. He is transparent. He is a soldier. That's what I feel, because he's not gonna back down. You disrespect him, his family, or and just his character, you will be dealt with. You will be dealt with, regardless of your heights. Regardless of the height. The height didn't matter. The height didn't matter. Um, I'm sick of all the sneak dissing and putting down of Kendrick. I'm tired of it. And one of the best comments. Thank you for all your great comments. One of the best comments that I get on this channel that just warmed my heart is, and somebody said it also yesterday or the day before. They were like, "You do this man absolute justice," because I understand when somebody is trying, it's for the people. Kendrick is for the people. Just like that video that I put out saying Kendrick can't lose. He's not selfish. He gives of himself. In that Mr. Morale, he didn't have to be that transparent, but he hoped that it can help someone that was dealing with issues and problems that he was dealing as a human being, making mistakes in this world. Now, the difference between him and these people that make mistakes is that he learns from them. He does shadow work. I talk about shadow work a lot. He looks within. He takes accountability. He studies what happened, and he adds the lessons to cart. He learns, because if you don't learn the lesson, you're bound to repeat them, and the lessons only get worse. And what did people do? They made fun of Mr. Morale. They trashed it. They did everything. And there's another interview that I'm going to put up where he says, to Mr. Morale and To Pimp a Butterfly and all these things, sometimes it takes time for people to accept these songs and for them to internalize it. When you've been through some ish in life and some experiences, then you can connect. Then you can relate and say, man, this is a real ass bar right here, So they can talk about it. Because and let me tell you something. They would beat Kendrick's height and Kendrick's look at the drop of a dime, because he's a looker and his aura is beautiful. He has great energy. So, and that let's not. Yeah, that was daylight. Yeah, these yeah, out here killing it, destroying it. Okay. So let's see what else we have. So yeah, I'm saying I get so sick and tired of the same narrative, because that's, again, people that are not creative. They could only say but so the same old jokes, recycled material. So it's the same thing. Let's see what else we have. Okay, Little Wayne's reaction. Little Wayne, Little Wayne. This is Snuffleupagus. Woe is me, pain, agony, and defeat. Great monologue, Little Wayne. Let's see what you had to say this time. Woe is me. Woe is me. Snuffleupagus. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I wasn't included in the Grammys as usual. I got to work harder as usual. Um, One time for the slime, Bill Belly, blah 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 blah. Okay, Bill Belly. First of all, he's a jerk. He has a bad personality. He was rumored to have a bunch of violations as a coach and do illegal, allegedly, things. Allegedly. Okay, for all you OVOs. And was not awarded, or there was some murky waters that he put himself in to be nominated for the Hall of Fame. That's who you comparing yourself? Well, guess what, Lil Wayne? Accurate. Okay? Accurate. Because yes, Lil Wayne is a good rapper, good writer, I suppose. I have problems with a lot of his lyrics. Um, but he in his prime was a force, was a force. Yes, he was. But that was him at his prime. So when he says, I gotta work harder, I guess, how about this one, Lil Wayne? You gotta take care of your health, I guess. Put down the cup, I guess. Um, be appreciative and grateful for what you have, I guess. Don't be jealous of people, I guess. Um, and don't compare yourself to slime balls, I guess. Aim higher, I guess. And if it's somebody else's moment, let it go. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be, I guess. Um, because this is ridiculous. So he's the backhanded compliment guy now. And that's what you want your legacy. Listen, we're not over that elephants, peanuts for an elephant. That traumatized me. I probably need to be in therapy after listening to that. So you owe us a big apology, I guess. Let me stop being petty, LaBelle. But you know, so you're not at your prime, and you could do things to change it if you wanted to, or if not, you could bow down gracefully, give somebody a chance and cheer somebody on and be a real mentor, because Kendrick had you at the top. Kendrick memorized all your lyrics. Kendrick was a fan. Kendrick begged you on a FaceTime that went absolute public, and I used it only about 1,059,11,000 times on my Quiet Storm, of him saying, no, no, you can't retire. You understand? Begging you not to retire, only for him to be great and to let you down because of his greatness, because you're a little crybaby. Okay? Shouldn't be crying in public like that. Doesn't look great. It's not becoming of you as a, that's your legacy. So this is the legacy he's choosing to leave. And this is what he's known for. So he has two crying baby moments or more. And then the people that he associates with, I'm not feeling. If you know, you know. These people that are not for the culture, those are the ones he likes to have interviews for. And I'm still not over a lot of the stuff that and you know what, that goes to show you also where Kendrick was at the time, because Kendrick forgave a lot of the stuff you said in interviews when he was saying, no, I don't have racism, I don't think it exists or whatever, I don't deal with it. You know, I guess he thought in his tax bracket, cops that don't know who you are, if you know, you know, you could put yourself in a predicament. I'll just leave it there. They don't care how much money you make. That's ignorant. So he has made a quite a bit ignorant comments. So he needs a whole, you know, cleansing and um, just realigning with himself and going back to what his purpose is. So um, let's see what y'all saying. Oh, and Super Bowl halftime show in class. Oh, I haven't seen that. He finally got his wish come true. Listen, Lil Wayne, you could have a Super Bowl in your backyard. How about you do that? It's private, and you know I'm sure your family will still support you and will cheer you on. If you just want a Super Bowl, you could just name everything, anything a Super Bowl. You understand? We could put something together for you. Someone needs to go check on Wayne. First, he was talking about he didn't not like us. Was then he left out of the Grammys. Here's the punchline. Are y'all ready for the punchline? He didn't submit any songs to the Grammys. The jokes write themselves. So how are you supposed to win? How are you supposed to win? I can't. .org, .net, .me. I just can't. Peanuts to an elephant? Weird. They need to go check on him. That's true. And yeah, as far as the short man, whatever, he's one of the world's most desirable person. Kendrick is. Didn't even submit anything to the Grammys. Exactly. Exactly what I was gonna say. 20, Texas. Right. Y'all was saying the same thing I was thinking before the Super Bowl. Um, did y'all see the video of Lil Wayne falling asleep on stage? I uploaded that, I believe. Is that what the Super Bowl? We were gonna be submitted to torture for no reason. The downfall of Cash Money needs to be studied. And Nikki, I'm not even gonna talk about Nikki. I'm not even gonna talk about Stinky Minaj. I can't. I can't honor her with energy. Um, so Lefty Gunplay was his speech. He got the memo. He got the memo. Let's talk about Lefty Gunplay got the memo. Kendrick must have told him, "Look, we dressing up, okay?" Because they all Soundwave, all of them were in black. Their rendition of a suit or some casual, dressy evening styles, so they look great for the pictures. And Lefty in a suit, come on now, what is this world coming to, right? Um, it's not often. So he had a great speech. I wonder if someone heard his speech and was like, let's see what you're going to say. Because it was short and sweet. And he thanked him. He thanked Kendrick for putting the Latino community. So people stopped crying about he doesn't do anything for Latinos. He put that Spanish singer, whacked out murals, and on his album gave her a chance out of nowhere because she was doing okay as a singer, but not like the alley oop that Kendrick gave. Kendrick gave Peso a chance. Kendrick has been for the people. When TDE does that at Christmas, they benefit the community. And the community in LA has people from different backgrounds and different races. So, I was proud of Lefty. He was one of the people that was asking and kind of begging Kendrick to be on the GNX tour, which Kendrick has his reasons, but um, Lefty should have been there. I would have loved to see Lefty say his words, his 4 words, um, because that's lit. That was lit, and a lot of people love that part. Um, but Kendrick had his reasons, and also he had his reasons, and I trust it. I trust it because Lefty has been going through things, and he's trying to get his life back on track. So yeah, he was begging or asking and pushing, and but I guess AC was more influential, which is fine. But look what his moment. He still did not speak ill of Kendrick, and Kendrick studied that, and he was on stage, um, with receiving a Grammy, a Grammy, a good job. And I know a lot of people saying he only said 4 words. Well, what do you know? Those were the 4 words that got him noticed, and he did a great job with the 4 words. Some of y'all put albums out that ain't worth and not as hype at those 4 goddamn words. So we gonna take our 4 words, add it to cart. We love it. I love it, and it makes the song. It is the perfect ending. That thing was lit, litty lit. Okay, so it is what it is. Lefty, good job. And Kendrick saw something in him. He was humble and appreciative. Lefty was the opposite of Dodie Six with his 4 words. We gonna take them 4 words, honey. Don't worry. We got you. We got you. Nah, he did a good job. They gonna leave Lefty alone. Oh, hi, T Star Real. Remember T Star Real. Bad Bunny needs to invite Lefty to the Super Bowl and other Latino. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but that's an exciting. I saw his interview, um, and now Bad Bunny is very for the people. He was talking about ICE, and he was talking about he's always trying to better the raza, the culture. He's always talking about that, and fair treatment for immigrants and other people, and saying we are all Americans when we come here, because listen, we don't want to get into stolen land. If you know, you know. Like, technically, then we not all from here. you know. Remember the Dodie Six? Oh, Dodie Six, Lord, Dodie Six. What a waste of time. What a waste of an alley oop. I can't. I don't even know. Like, I don't. How could you come back? First of all, you cannot call Kendrick a bit. You cannot do that. Are you crazy? Do you think Kendrick is gonna forget? Kendrick might be on his spiritual journey where he's like, I'll forgive and repulse. I'm working on my patience, and doing, all these spiritual chakra centering activities and things and rituals. But he's not going to forget. He is not. How could you forget? You gave somebody the opportunity of their life and they didn't know how to fill out a financial form online to get paid. And the first thing is calling this man. That means you don't value that. You didn't value it. So the hell with it. And too bad that's a banger. Too bad that's a that's a banger. That's a bar. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's crazy. So okay, let's talk about the fall off. So help me God. All right. Um. Okay. So I did listen to the album The Fall Off. First of all, I've said in other lives, respectfully, and this is going to be an opinion that, it's okay we disagree. I respect it. But he put Birthday Blizzard out, which it was the mixtape freestyles before his album. Isn't it a coincidence? I've always said in previous lives that J. Cole is Drake Jr. They're twins to me. They're both master manipulators to me. They're not intentional. They don't have good intentions. They have intentions that are not solid. Why are you calling something the blizzard? I mean, I guess because it was a blizzard or whatever, but it's a coincidence to me. Blizzard, Iceman, they're frozen in time. That's a bar. They're frozen in time to me. Why? They keep rapping about the same thing. In this Fallout album, it was very regretful. The mood was, he was singing on it. There was a track that had a decent beat or whatever, but he has the same cadence throughout. So if you like the way he sounds, you're gonna love. I guess if you love J. Cole, you love J. Cole. The problem is that he is braggadocious. In most of the tracks, he wants to be humble and say, like that track, What If, right? Where he is speaking in the perspective of Biggie and Tupac. What if we just apologize and we chose peace? But in the same album that you're talking about choosing peace and the mixtapes, and in the same album, you're talking about I'm ready for war. I'm the best. I'm the best competitor. He keeps saying stuff like that. People are not going to respect it because you had an opportunity, J. Cole, to prove that you are a force to be reckoned with, that you are a competitor. So they're both frozen. They're both Iceman Jr., Blizzard Baby, and Iceman. So, yeah, they are both have not evolved. So they named it perfectly. And let's talk about the name. The name, the fall off, is a fail safe switch in case ish happens, right? In case this is a trash album and it's not received well, then I bow out. And he keeps teasing of this is his last album, but not really. And if it's Litty Lit, then it might be his last album at Dreamville, and he might go somewhere else because I think he's done with his contract, etc. Let's see what y'all saying. Not you crossing yourself before talking about J. Cole. Yeah, because I don't want that energy, baby. I don't want that energy. I don't want that energy. Look, I'm being real in it. Oh, see, that's the thing. The camera's on. I can't edit anything. So, y'all see my real reactions. Oh, Lord. Going to be higher. I think the fall off the week sale is going to be high. Who the heck are you? Sales are not important, but people watching the fall off or listening to it just out of curiosity because we all want to know. And I didn't listen to it from the website. I from his YouTube. I just heard. I heard. He is not a battle rapper. He should have stayed in his lane. I'm gonna tell you how J. Cole would have been. Not okay, but if he had apologized and meant it. When you mean an apology, you're humbled by you taking accountability of your actions, and you leave it at that, and your energy is the same after that. You're still in an apologetic mode. You're still in a humble mode, and you move on to other topics. You can't apologize and then talk about, oh, I have blood on my hand and I want war. I'm ready. I'm the GOAT. I'm the best. That's inconceivable. That doesn't resonate with the people that are watching you apologize and then go braggadocious crazy on an album, on your mixtapes, on freestyles, whatever the heck you put out. You still teasing of, and then you're throwing subliminals to everybody. Simba, Drake, all these people. Hey Drake, you will always be my. Remember that line? And now you throwing subliminals at Drake, and Drake is putting out little snippets with his fanboy academics the night before your Fallout album. You understand? It's a lot going on. Y'all doing a lot. Y'all little, the housewives of hip hop over there. Deleted. See why I appreciate, shout out to Deleted. Why I appreciate Deleted, because I feel like I'm on the left side. I'm never with the masses. I don't agree with the masses. I don't care about the numbers, and there's no numbers that you can beat. Kendrick, you can't beat Kendrick because he's absolutely influential. People voting for awards. He keeps winning all the awards. So if y'all really crazy about numbers, that's where numbers matter. What the people are saying, countries, nationalities, race, creed, or color, they all have been influenced, have been touched, have been reached by him, by his music. So if you're talking about numbers, it's an obsolete point. It doesn't make sense, and we don't care. It doesn't matter because you can't sell out a stadium. So let's talk about those numbers. Anytime somebody want to talk about numbers, well, I think he's gonna. Let's talk about stadiums. I dare you to close out 48, 47 stadiums. Okay, if when you could close out 47 stadiums, then we could talk about numbers. If y'all want the numbers. No, it's absolutely true. So I'm happy to see another content creator that is saying the same thing that I'm saying, that I don't believe anything this man has to say. Okay, so um this is what I feel about the album. He raps, it's like he's rapping the language in maturity and peace, but beneath all that is stagnation. He's stagnant because he's still saying, using not just the same flows, but it's not exciting. I'm sorry, it's not exciting. When you hear an album, when Kendrick drops something, he has put so much mastery in each song and so much in each song that it's a phenomenal, spectacular tracks. There are some beats that were okay, but his cadence was the same. It was a monotonous cadence throughout the whole thing. It's like you're listening to the same song just being remixed, okay, over and over. Not just that, he's calculated and he keeps throwing shots at people. So if he would have done an album that just been fun or just introspective and just talked about things he's learned and doesn't be throwing subliminals and enticing people, do you really want the smoke, Cowardly Lion? Because you had the moment in time, the biggest moment in time when everybody was paying attention, and you didn't want the smoke. So you don't want the smoke, because he's been documented to be confused and to go back and forth in his own opinions, when he was talking about Gen Z and then he wasn't, and then he changed his mind. So he keeps doing that. I know that he did some of the tracks. He did some of the tracks, but I feel like um there is a track with Thames, and her singing is saving most of the song, in my opinion. Um, he doesn't take that many artistic risks, except that he is singing in some songs. The tone and the message is regretful. He has a bunch of regret. It's almost like he regrets. He wants fame, but regrets fame, but needs fame to be relevant, if you know what I'm saying. He keeps talking about fame. I don't care about fame. I don't care about fame. But then wants the smoke and and wants the exposure, wants the clout. So there is a, a contradiction, a contradictory tone to a lot of the songs. Um, I know that Kendrick and Key will drop at a strategic time that works with upcoming tours, upcoming appearances. Because when they drop an album, they drop the blueprint. It's a map. They have everything planned out. Because Kendrick planned his tour around the spilled milk in Australia to make sure that he's also in Australia and can do both. So as far as and it's J. Cole's album is heavy on imitation. There's a difference between paying homage and it just sounds like he's redoing a lot of tracks, like Trap Called Quest, the Nas on his rewinds of his life. Comments, I used to love her. He wrote his J. Cole song is I Love Her Again, which he made intonations and hints about a threesome, and he makes weird references also to slavery, and he keeps talking about nooses and things like that. So there's a lot of weird stuff that is not cohesive in this album and in general with J. Cole. um, so let's see, the DJ Quick, Mob D, he made tracks like that. Now the problem with What If, the song that a lot of people, and then he did 2-6 also, that song. The problem with What Is, yeah, the album is boring. The production is terrible. The lyrics are meh. Thank the heck out of you. Give me a hug, Aqua Queen. That is exactly what I'm saying, and I'm not just hating because I literally studied the album so that I can speak. Um, so he's just preoccupied with uh trying to avoid a failure or ending his career on a low note, and things like that, and falling off. Now this is what I think about falling off. He manifested his own destiny with that title, period. Because either way, people are gonna, if it goes well, people are gonna see it as okay, but he thinks this is the end. If it goes poorly, they're gonna be like, oh, he named it the fall off, and that's what we think it is already. So he kind of manifested that. He avoids a lot of topics and a lot of things that he should be talking about. And if he was still apologetic, he would be talking about in a different light about Kendrick instead of throwing little shots, or even Drake. And he would mention it, but in a positive light, like saying, I chose this, and I'm at peace or whatever, and keep consistent. But you can't have both. Um, and he is preoccupied with avoidance. J. Cole is one big avoidance. And that leads me right into why Cameron is suing him also. Let me see what else I want to say about this album and what you guys want to say. It's like he talks about growth and then violence. He talks about growth and then violence. Um, so that's I saved you the trouble. I mean, you could listen to it. Like I said, there's one track or a couple that I like the beat on, but again, the delivery and the flow is monotonous, and the substance is just talking about, it's just all over the place. And he's not, it's not the same creativity. It's like he lost something. It's like he doesn't want to be there, or he's just very confused. Was justifying an average album. Right, he's justifying it. He's justifying in case it happens. In case that's what he's justifying. A pool of contradiction. It's like a firing squad, and then he runs away. He's like, he starts a war, and then he's like, I was just kidding. You understand? Because if all these people actually battle him, let's say, okay, all these people he's throwing shots at, let's say they actually want a battle and they say, let's go on camera, then what is he going to do? You think he's ready for that? You think he's ready for that? That's why he called this the fall off, because he's like, no, and then at that point, he's going to say, no, I'm retiring. I'm retiring. I'm retiring. Let's see what you guys are saying. He needs to give Cam that interview. Okay, so let me get my water 1 second. So what's happening with Cameron? What happened with Cameron, which I spoke about in another live, is that he did. Cameron agreed to do an introduction or something for his album or whatever song, and Cole wanted Cameron to do a part, to take a part in it and do a track. Okay, but he gave Cameron like no time. At first he said, "Yeah, I need it for next week," and then one day he called them and said, "I need it in 48 hours because I'm putting out the song or I'm doing whatever." So Cameron knocked it out. Cameron said that he did a good job at it, that he poured his heart and soul, and he did the best of his ability with 48 hours, and he tried to do right by him. And he said to him, "Hey, we got a deal. Let's make a deal. If I do this, do a song for me." And then he said, "You know what? Matter of fact, don't do a song. Just give me an interview on my podcast." And J. Cole said, "I don't want to." He said, "Yeah, but not right now. My album's not ready." And then Cameron spoke to him again, and he said, "Well, I don't want to talk about the battle, and I know that I can't be on your podcast and not talk about the battle." Cameron said, "I won't ask you questions about it. I'll talk about what you're working on and what's going on, your upcoming tours or anything that you got going on." I think they went on like this for like a year or two, sincerely. So this was before the battle. Um, Honestly. So this is how long. So he's suing him for his time and energy and giving him free music and composing and writing, and he didn't get the deal back. He's not a man of his word. So he tried to avoid again. So allegedly. So J. Cole tried to avoid and didn't pay him, didn't do the interview, didn't do anything, and wasn't able to be reached. And some people are knuckleheads. They like to be reached through court. So yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, he shouldn't be taking. He's not taking hip hop to court. He's taking J. Cole to court. Because I see a lot of content creators saying nonsense, and it bothers me to my soul. He's taking J. Cole for a project. That's like if you hire a contractor to do work on your house, and the man or woman doesn't do it. You understand? Then you got a contract that was broken, and he needs to be a man of his word. So this is what's going on. Cam tried his best to work with him and try to work around him and try to give him time. Correct, Aqua Queen. Um, yeah. Oh, wait, listen to it never again. Marianne said J. Cole is trying to justify an average album. Absolutely. So that's what's going on. He said he backed on the deal for about 2 years, manipulated. It's like master manipulator. Now, J. Cole also went at Simba, a rapper. And Simba put out a diss track called Father Figure. It was a good song. He's a good writer. He's a good writer. But here's my thing. If you're going to put out a diss track, it has to have a punch. It has to pack a punch. And it was just basically saying, because J. Cole was saying, like, acting like Simba is his sonning him. And he was like, my father, he was creative when he wrote it. My father used to do this, used to do that. And, my father is hip hop, or whatever the track was. It didn't pack a punch. It was nice, but it didn't pack a punch. And I don't know what these guys are doing. So that's why J. Cole might not even. And by the way, J. Cole mentioned Simba, but he won't mention Kendrick, or really try to go at Kendrick like that. But he goes at people that are at his level, or he thinks they're at his level, because that's what Simba was gonna do. Simba was gonna write something nice or whatever, and like that. He didn't attack a menace to society. He didn't attack a lyrical assassin. So that's what's going on with that. So I don't know if you guys have heard it, but it's like, you know, picking a fight with a puppy or something. I don't know, respectfully, but That track was grippy. I would have rather heard the interview with Grippy. And that's another thing. He could have done that interview, guys. He could have been like, and it would have been funny because I don't like a lot of antics of Cameron and Mace. I totally disagree because they were the ones talking about, oh yeah, Kendrick, it was average or whatever the performance, and I didn't like that. But he could have been like, let's talk about Grippy. That would have entertained the heck out of me because I would be like, yeah, go ahead, let's talk about Grippy. Come on now, Grippy, Strictly Dickly. I mean, you got some explaining to do, J. Cole. Why? And at the same time, Wagwan Delilah, Kendrick, like, knocked the sense out of these guys. He sent them into oblivion, oblivion, and they just lost their mind in San Francisco or wherever, because he knocked them out of the genre. Okay, J. Cole's still trying, but discombobulated because he doesn't know how to potentially get his respect back. Thank you, Texas. Thank you. He doesn't know how to get his respect back. He doesn't know what to do. He knows. Listen, as many people that are glazing Kendrick, including some of your favorite content creators, which I was surprised. Fantastic. But there's J. Cole is listening to people saying, and because he's, an emotional roller coaster, he's going to take that stuff to heart. And he obviously reads a lot of things or everything that's being said. And the people that are actually critiquing the album, a lot of them are not haters. They're literally saying what it is. You know, it's like background music, or if, you're doing something and you want something on or whatever. Uh, it's a little bit of a snooze fest. It's not exciting. The excitement that you heard when Kendrick dropped the GNX album and you were like, you heard the first song, whacked out, you're like, no, I gotta hear it again. And you couldn't get past the first three songs, and you couldn't get to, Hard Part 6 because you were still stuck on Squabble Up because we finally got it from the snippet. That excitement wasn't the same. In J. Cole, it wasn't there. That was not the same excitement. Don't lie to me, y'all. Do not lie to me. No disrespect for him to even use Tupac and Biggie. Don't you see the twinning? Don't you see the twinning? He's doing the same thing that Drake did, except with the AI, but he's talking on their behalf. And there's nowhere in this world that Tupac would have ran from any battle. That boy wanted all the smoke, the fire station, the department. He wanted everything. And Biggie, no less, the same thing. Biggie was a force to reckon with. Biggie was phenomenal. So Biggie was an excellent, superb writer, and they wanted the smoke. So there's no place on this earth where they would just be apologizing and saying sorry. That's like a boxer on a match. You pay mad money to go see boxing, and they're like, in the ring, I'm so sorry. I don't want to punch you. I don't want to. I apologize. Should we just be friends? You could battle somebody and still dap them up and be like, you know what? We did the best we could. We did good. We did what we came here to do. That's like a wrestler that doesn't wrestle, and a boxer that doesn't throw punches. So that's like a rapper that doesn't rap. There's nowhere in this planet on Earth or any entropy that Tupac would have ran from a battle, not walk, and then apologize. They could apologize for other things or something that was said that was out of pocket, but they're not running from a battle. So that goes to show you that makes me question, does J. Cole really understand the culture? That's a bar. Does J. Cole, that's a question. Do you think J. Cole understands the culture if he's still justifying, like, we should just be friends, but you don't want to really be friends because you're throwing shots and hiding your hand, and one day you're going to get got. Just get on your knees and pray and thank the earth, the skies, and the universe that Kendrick did not really attack you. Your appetizer that Kendrick gave you was YMW Melly. That was the little appetizer that Kendrick threw your way. Do you want the whole tour? Perhaps. And maybe Kendrick's gonna do the tour, another tour, deluxe or whatever project he puts out, and has fun songs that we can sing. A "You Not Like Us" for J. Cole. You want the smoke, then he's gonna give it to you in the worst way possible. That's gonna cement you as a fallout off guy forever, for real. He backed out because he has no backbone. So, and by the way, don't y'all think it's weird that he wants to smoke after 2 years? Imagine if there's a fire. The smoke clears out within hours. He waited 2 years. He's like this. Is there still a fire? 2 years to start throwing shots, and even before he was throwing shots, little tiny shots. Then don't want the heat when it comes his way. What did Kendrick say? He was going to kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. And that's the beauty. This is how intentional, how intelligent, and Kendrick uses his discernment. There's certain things that you don't got to make a move. They're going to eliminate themselves. Look at how Drake, they're doing Kendrick's job for him. He might not have to pack out J. Cole after all. Look how Drake put out that little track or whatever that was with academics the night before, and it was trash, of course. It was instant trash. And now J. Cole is sending shots, real shots, but without saying the name, of course, talking about, oh, Lucian, you're a slave to this, and body, and that's Drake. You understand? They're eliminating themselves. Get the popcorn. Get the popcorn. Pour me a glass of something. Because this is going to be funny to watch. It's already starting funny. Every week I do, and I'm trying to be more consistent coming in on these lives to do my reactions and talk to you guys. It's so much ish that happens in 1 week. It's crazy. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in it's like a 1 month's worth of nonsense in a week. Of course, he had Tupac apologize to Biggie. That's a darn shame, too. That girl shines. Remember That Girl Shine. Nice to see you. How the heck? Yeah, he had Tupac apologize to Biggie. And if you know Tupac or watch some videos of Tupac, it was not going to be that easy for Tupac to be Tupac. The difference between Kendrick and Tupac has an aggressive approach. And he would just say whatever, do wild stuff. So this is a case of, God uses everybody to give a message, and God used him in the universe to say positive things. One of the realest things that Tupac was always saying is that the real criminals are not those guys that are selling weed in the corner. They're in corporate America, or these big government, and he ain't never lied about that. So, yeah, he had Tupac apologize. Wow. That's wild. J. Cole sent out free hoodies to certain creators. And another thing, you know what? Thank you so much, RB. Respect for that. You guys are giving such great feedback. Thank you so much. I love this. By the way, I want to say, some of your content creators are compromised. They even admit it. If you know, you know. Some of your favorite content creators, and they're good, they're good creators and everything, but I lose a lot of respect, and I'm not even going to mention by name, because I do want to support the creators, and they support me. Shout out to a lot of creators. I might be uploading some of the videos, little shout outs that they give me. I feel honored, but they're paid. Who gets a free hoodie that's not for sale? I didn't get one. You know what I'm saying? I can't find one. You can't buy one. So obviously there's compensation. So what the heck are you going to say? That the stuff is trash when you're being compensated for it? Right? Oh, come on. If you know, you know. Let's see. Free. Yup, to review. No, it's true. I already know. Thank you. Thank you. And some of them have admitted. There's another content creator that he's good, he's big, that said, yeah, I get paid. This is exactly, I'm going to imitate it right now. I get paid, but I still get my opinion. when I get paid. Look, if somebody gave you 50K, if somebody gave you 10K, if somebody gave you 50K of their hard-earned money or their money, I promise you this, you're not gonna say nothing negative. I promise you that. Am I saying the wrong thing? Come on now, chat. What are y'all? Hey, chat. Hey, chat. What are y'all thinking? You think if somebody gave you 30K right now, you know how many bills you could pay, and you could just go on a vacation tomorrow, or just save for Kendrick concerts and be like, I'm attending all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully. Or buy that house or do whatever. Or 50K, you know, do whatever, buy a car. And they're just going to be saying whatever? No, they're not. No, they're not. So, no, they're not. On this album, he did a lot of singing on this album. It sounded like, I don't want to say it, because then, yeah, then that's really savage. Some of it was not good. It's like sacrificing a small goat. That's a bar, I guess. He J. Full. I mean, you put him on your wall, like, oh, come on now. What do you? Yeah, yeah, that way, that part. Your comments are funny. Exactly. He put him on his whole. I don't know that Jake was the same as Aubrey. I've been saying that. They know I've been saying that. The people that have been in my lives, you know, I say J. Cole is Drake Jr. Drake Jr. It's the same thing. They're twinsies. Not one negative comment about. Yeah, they're not gonna say one negative comment. Let's try it again. Somebody give you 100K, and some of them get 100K. Trust me, because they have million followers or millions of followers. If you know, you know. There's no way on this planet that you're not gonna say something negative, and you're not even gonna be neutral. I'm the unpopular opinion. I say the stuff that a lot of content creators don't dare to say. Um, you're not going to be neutral. You're going to, because they're paying you to push the project. And by you saying it's alright, you're not going to say it's alright. Are you going to say it's alright? Somebody give you 100K, 30K? You're going to say it's alright. That's not going to move the culture because you're influential. And people are going to be like, it's alright. There's people that repeat everything we say. So the whole issue about whose side will pop beyond between Kendrick and Drake, are you irritating? It's irritating. Are you insane? You think that the way Kendrick handled this battle, you think that Tupac is gonna be disappointed? Tupac's gonna be right behind them or right on stage with him. You know, Tupac would have been right on stage with him. Wilding out, that would have been spectacular. Damn, rest in peace. We missed out. That would have been spectacular. Do you imagine Kendrick and Tupac wilding out, just giving it all they've got? That would have been an ultimate destruction because Tupac was an amazing writer. That would have been ultimate destruction. That would have been a sight for sore eyes too. If you know, you know. He was singing in A minor, took me clean out. You just took me clean out. They were both singing. Aquarius, right? Yeah, yeah. And watch out for them air signs. Because they going to tell you the truth. They going to be strategizing. Real pop fan. No, there is no question on the issue. Yeah, don't offend my girl Texas. My members will tell you, my subscribers, and thank you. A lot of our subscribers, they know, and you know, of course, thank you for your subscription, because you know, like-minded people, you know, we hang together. There is no way. There's no way. That's so. So to me, the Biggie and Pac track were disrespectful. Were absolutely disrespectful. Um, I don't even know. Like, it's just it's surreal to me. Um, And one thing about Kendrick, like I said, he puts everything in a track. People have said that he shows up when at the crack of dawn, you know, when it's still like 5 o'clock in the morning in the studio, and they're supposed to be, and he stays in the studio. A lot of people, they say they shower, they eat, they sleep there. When it's a project, like during the battle, the producers, the mixers were saying, and people that were mastering the project were saying, nah, we weren't really allowed to leave, because he gave RDC that Kendrick called and contacted RDC, the comedians, the channel, And he gave them that skit of how Kendrick was in the studio, and it went viral, of course. Kendrick called him and contacted him because he thought he was funny. Kendrick loves a sense of humor. He loves silly, funny things like we do or like I do. You him and was compromised. He swore that some. And some of these content creators keep giving Drake a pass. Even though they say, no, Drake did this, protect that. They're like, yeah, I would have still respected Drake if. No. It's no way. Jersey Girl said J. Cole responded to a local rapper from where he's from. It's bothering him so bad he even put out an album, but he said he's making this album for almost a decade. Dang, you made this for almost a decade, and Kendrick did those diss tracks like right now, like within hours and days. Your pen is different. There's levels to this, and he knows that. So, knowing that there's levels of this, where was your antenna, J. Cole? Where was your mind when you were all litty lit with Drake and pumped up? Who pumped you up, souped you up to do first person shooter or just big as a what? Big as a Super Bowl. The embarrassment that those two have endured and should have endured. Drake isn't immune to embarrassment. I actually think he's married to it. He likes it. But the normal people would be absolutely humiliated and embarrassed at the fact that everything was prophetic that Kendrick said. Big as a what? Super Bowl? Oh, you said Super Bowl? He put it on the list. Super Bowl. Yeah. The numbers now. Drake is losing thousands and millions. He in betting and in court. It's humiliating. Like, and I'm working on Meet the Grams. I've been working on that, so I'll put that out as well. Everything Kendrick said is prophetic. Every single thing, everything. Um, I was gonna kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. And everything because when he speaks from a place of experience. He's watched and discernment. He has discernment. He has intuition. He taps into his inner knowing and inner self. We all have intuition. People don't learn from experience. They don't evolve. So a lot of creators who they glaze the heck out of people. They glaze, and I cannot stand it. In this small, humble channel of mine, I want to speak my humble truth. And like I said, I'm being consistent. I was one of the few people that said Kendrick is not in a hurry to do a collab with Jib. And everybody was like coming attacking me and saying everything and saying, oh, you're not really a fan, you this and that. I said Kendrick, and then I said Kendrick is not in a hurry to do no collab with J. Cole. He ain't feeling J. Cole. I was the most unpopular opinion with that when the battle was going on. Oh my goodness, the comments that I was talking about or saying, that everybody was just hating and saying, they're friends, you know nothing about this stuff. I said, you know nothing about Kendrick. The way J. Cole disrespected his discography, and he's still throwing stupid shots, and you're friends with somebody that moves weird and does weird things allegedly with a teenager, and you're cool with that. That's who you want to battle with. That's your battle buddy. That told me everything I need to know about J. Cole. And plus, like I said, if you guys listen to his lyrics, he makes weird references about slavery and nooses and stuff like that. And that turns me off. There's something too weird about that. That doesn't resonate with my spirit. Even if he's trying to rap his behind off and trying to, some of the stuff he was rhyming, it's like book with book or whatever. Like, it just didn't make sense. Let's see what y'all saying. So yeah, a lot of content creators, they're iffy and they don't have a stand. And unfortunately, like Cat Williams said, there's their side, there's the other side, and our side. And we don't want nothing with the other side. There's no happy medium. There is no happy medium in this thing. You either align yourself with weirdos that do weird things or weird things with teenagers or whatever, or you align yourself with the good part. So there's no in between. There's no in between. Yeah, that is the that is the NyQuil. Let me get my cup. That's funny as hell. That's funny. Let's see what you're saying. It Aqua Queen said it was Dot called J Fold to warn him for me these things. But here's the stuff. I don't even think Kendrick actually called him. I personally don't think that. I don't think he does because I think he figures you know everything you need to know. And I don't think he personally called him, but even if they did have a conversation, because who said that? Mal and Rory? Do we trust them? I don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he did or if he didn't. But the point is, why does somebody have to insert their discernment into your brain? Why does somebody have to, ship common sense to your door? Why does somebody have to do that? Why can't you think for yourself and say, wait a minute, is this my friend? I can't diss my friend. We have a 15-year history. Why does somebody have to remind you? So if somebody has to remind you that that's your friend, then that's not your friend. That you're not authentic. Your relationship is invalid. That's how I feel. How you doing, musically? Fee. Let's see what y'all saying. And and by the way, for the people that are like, oh, why do you think that J. Cole is twins with Drake? Has Drake been known to use people's music and not pay them? Who does that sound like? Oh, Cameron is suing J. Cole for him giving his services and not paying. The difference is Cameron is a big name. Cameron is a known rapper. Not like these young guys or these people that are not known but very talented and have given music allegedly to Drake. And he's like, oh, thanks, buddy. I'm gonna make you famous. Sure, yeah, yo, you're gonna be straight. And then puts him in the OV whole lab and forgets about him, and they're in the pending file forever. Loading, please wait, right? While I put you famous, while I pay you. Who does that sound like? Listen, I could do a video or breakdown on how J. Cole, maybe I should, is Drake Jr. Period. Because they do the same thing. They don't take responsibility at all. Okay, but Kendrick, let's see what y'all say. Oh yeah, y'all tweaking. Jersey Girl said after him asking him a couple times to do a song, then asked him to do an interview and duck down J. Fold. I'm telling you, he got the name. J. Fold is the name, and running from responsibility is his game. Man of his word, and he's stand on nothing. Yeah, he punches down. Not. Oh, that's why he does features with people that he know better than them. After Black Friday, no wonder he didn't want to collab. Kendrick didn't want a collab album because he knows he killed them. Of course not. He knew what he was going to get destroyed. He knew he was going to get destroyed. Jersey Girl said because it would have become a Kendrick album. Absolutely. Marianne said people don't understand Kendrick and how he moves. They don't understand him, but they call themselves a fan, and that's okay because not everybody has the same discernment. He's an empath who understands human nature and understands human needs too, and watches how people move. He is like a sociology master, doctor in sociology. They should give Kendrick a master's in psychology, a PhD in psychology and sociology. When I tell you this man studies people's intentions, I'm like that too. I like to study how people move. And that's why I have these unpopular opinions that I'm like, no, it's a no for me. No. Watches how people react and interact with others. He doesn't have patience for fake people, nor does he have the time to produce these fabulous pieces of art that are music and songs. Do you think he has moments and times to waste? Right now, Kendrick is working on something delicious, amazing. He don't have time for these mere paupers. He doesn't have time for them. and for these clout chasers, they only want, listen, like I said, they want J. Cole, all of them, Jid, they want to be viral regardless if they're the class clown or not, or if they're the butt of all jokes. I know he called with Ninjas Wanna Kumbaya. He, and listen, I don't want to talk on no Selly. You know I got language barriers. There's no accent you can sell me. There's no conversational accent you can sell me. So he don't want to talk on no Sally. That's why I doubt that Kendrick even talked to them. And he has people that do things. He has people that just like Jay Hitter, you know, Hitter J3, that and Absol and all these people and J Rock that post subliminals on his behalf. They know what's coming, and they better believe they have respect for him, and they're like, hey, is it okay if I post this? And he's like, yeah, sure. Even Smack was talking about he signed an NDA, but that was a funny video because Smack said he signed an NBA, and he took me clean out with that sidebar. He was like, yeah, I signed a non-exposure. He said non-exposure, and that video, it just cleaned me out. But moral of the story, he signed an NDA as well for the Squabble Up video. Smack was in the Squabble Up video. And yeah, I communicate with Smack. He doesn't say much. I'm trying to work, you know, just to see and Kendrick's security. You know, I exchange words, but you know, maybe our next future collabs. That girl shines. Wait, Aqua girl said, I know he did. Okay. That girl shines says, Keem from Apollo was asking about that. He insinuated that no one wanted him. They didn't know what he was about to do. Nobody knows. And it's true. At first, I thought that all his people were saying that they don't know. They know some things. Kendrick will let them know some things, but they don't know everything. Oh, y'all laughing at the non-exposure? He said non-exposure. He said, yeah, for non-exposure, I can't talk about it. And I was like, you poor thing, bless your heart. He's an interesting character, but he means well. I feel so bad. Smack is like, he means well, but sometimes when he says stuff, he just says stuff. Um, but he means well. I have a video when he got emotional. He was crying because people were appreciating him and stuff. He's like a sweetheart. And in that video that I posted when Smack was having fun at the GNX, you see how Kendrick back in the day, how he was with Smack. He was like, "That's my boy. That's my guy." You know, and they were saying that. If you didn't watch that video, check it out. Smack was like, I'll bust a nigga. I'll bust a. He was saying like, I'll kill somebody. You know, he was saying that like he will just destroy somebody on Kendrick's behalf. He's like, I would gladly go to jail. So they ride, his people that love Kendrick, they will do whatever for him, because what what Schoolboy Q has pointed out and articulated very well is that Kendrick will sit with you and talk about life and how they have dealt with terrible things and grief and that he pours into his friends and he wants to know how you really feeling, how you really doing, and he cares. He is empathetic. He's an empath. He feels sympathy for and empathy for people that are suffering, and he wants to take care of the world. You understand? So, and he gives amazing advice. Amazing advice. I'm, praying, being a grateful, talking to God. Like Schoolboy Q has said it a million times. Schoolboy Q actually said he made him a better father, and people were like, no, don't say that. You're a good father on your own. And he was like, nope. I give it to the credit to Kendrick. Kendrick loves Smack. I know that Smack, sometimes he's all over the place, but Kendrick rides with him. Kendrick rides with him, so you don't know what these people have been through. And also, I don't know if you guys know, like, about Smack. Smack, almost died. And the few people that were there, Kendrick was there. He was hospitalized. He was knocking on death's door. They've been through and seen a lot. So these are guys, and Kendrick gives a lot of opportunities to people. He brought so many people with him to this life, like Little L. Come on, if you know, and now for people that don't know who these people are, we putting out videos and stuff. He gave him a job at PG Lang. He's, all these people. Jay Real, he keeps people that he grew up with. He brought him with him. He can't save the world. He's not your savior. The freestyle diss against Drake, more than like opportunities have me crying. These people, you see, that Dot is kindred spirit, very humanitarian. That's the word. That's an Aquarius thing, but he is, Kendrick was very excited to see Smack at the. He stopped. He was singing, and walked back there to give him a hug and a pound. Like, no, he don't care where he's at. He's gonna. And plus, if you see the video that I posted about Smack and Macwap having fun at the GNX, they don't even need IDs. Everybody needs IDs, including like some of the security guards, but they just let him in. Like, they don't need IDs. They had him in a special area so he could go to any concert. And also, Kendrick, I put that video when Kendrick was asked like how many passes does he give out to people. He said about 300. Not kidding, to people for his concert. And his sister went to one of them, or a few of them, to the ones in LA. Yeah, his sister's kind of quiet on her social media. Like, if you don't know that that's his sister, you wouldn't have a clue, because she don't really post about Kendrick too much. Like, she don't actually, her page doesn't have anything. She promotes her business. She has a nice little business, but she's very quiet, like, as far as, that. Because he has Aqua in his chart, I think. He, yeah, yeah, because he moves like the air signs. All the signs are different, but a Gemini thinks and a lot. They're in their head. They strategize and think about a lot of ways to do something, and that's why a lot of people say the Gemini is all over the place, because they think of, I want to do this, and then they change their mind. They appeal to a lot of different options, so that takes a while. Um, I think I talked about that, but yeah, that should be interesting. And yeah, that's interesting. Let's see what else we have. Um, let's see what else we have. There was so much that was going on this week. Um, Hitter J3 had posted a subliminal that's very interesting about Kendrick's outfit, the glove that he had. That was a custom made Chanel glove. I was dying because his pic. I was like, he probably got that from beauty supply or whatever, Amazon. That pic was created by was it Cartier? Yeah, I put it out on the video that shows his outfit, and yeah, it was custom made. Everything was expensive. Um, but that was intentional, and that was great because he is representing where he's from and his culture, and that's a beautiful homage to culture. So that was the finishing touch. That was excellent, and it went with it. And he does his own thing. It's like, oh, well, Pick doesn't go. He's done it before, actually. If you seen some of my videos when he was in a suit and the Kobe neon shoes, the Grinch sneakers. Yeah, Tupac, right, and him have similar birthdays. They're both Geminis. Hitter J3 put a subliminal of a boxing match. I forgot who was it. Hitter J3 put out. Let me see. Uh, I forgot what the boxing video was, but um, yeah, he put a video of boxing. So people are relating the bandage that Kendrick had with a message, and I said that that was intentional. This man, everything is intentional. Every single thing. He's in his head thinking about what is the mood. And if you see the video of the clothing, I thought it was so beautiful that he gets a feeling, he gets inspired by a feeling or a mood of what is the mood right now. And last year, the intention was, I'm in the battle, so I'm still in jeans and And plus the Canadian tuxedo. It's messages. He loves sending messages. It's like he's barring through clothing. He's that's a bar through his clothes. It's crazy. So I think that means that he has a project or something. He's getting ready to do that. So Hidden J3 put out that subliminal video, and Hidden J3 keeps putting out a lot of subliminals also. So tomorrow's the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny. I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Apple. Um, so how do you guys feel about Bad Bunny? A lot of people are angry that they pick a Latino to be at the Super Bowl. They always, but it's mostly MAGA. That you're welcome. For that puts that gets angry because they're like, what is going on? Last year we had Kendrick, and now this year Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny's very vocal about ICE and stuff like that, so they don't like that. The Canadian tuxedo was phenomenal. Oh, thank you so much. What is that? Yeah. Oh, let me see. Oh, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh, that's nice. I appreciate you. That girl shines. Thank you for the super chat. I'm ready for the boxing. And if he's putting out something that has to do, if he's getting ready to kick butt again, I'm here for it. We gotta start saving our money, right? But that's going in the funds. Thank you so much. Um, but we want Kendrick. Just get ready for Kendrick to be outside. A lot of people that didn't get an opportunity to see Kendrick in concert that want to, just be ready, get ready, because you know he's full of surprises. And once this stuff starts, like for example, if Kendrick drops something, oh my God, I know I'm not gonna sleep. I know for a fact I'm not gonna sleep, and I hope that YouTube allows me to react without copyright. I might have to contact some of these people and find out how they do it, you know, without copyrights. But I will be reacting to it however I can from wherever I am. So, however I can, I will do it. So, because I didn't get an opportunity when I opened the channel, the battle was going on, but I was new. I didn't know how to do anything, and I was just like, what the heck? Um, so, I definitely want to be in the moment. And give a authentic reaction. Looking forward to see what he comes up with. So it must be something serious. If Kendrick from his own mouth says we got something, but Kendrick is not going to put something out that's not ready. You understand? It has to be ready. Even when he was being rushed, he was moving fast through the battle and pumping out. He posted 2 songs, 616 in LA, Meet the Grams, back to back to back. You understand? All those songs that he posted was only in the course of a few days. That's what people don't realize. He was pumping them out. And if you ask me, people have asked me, I do believe he had more songs after Not Like Us. I do believe that. That's my opinion. But you got to be ready, because when he's outside, look what happened. He was outside at the Grammys one night. All this stuff. I was busy. We were busy putting footage doing that. Someone at my job loudly exclaimed that Bad Bunny doesn't belong there. He should go to soccer game. The caucasity of it all. They're mad as hell. They are mad as hell. Yes, they are. They're like, what is happening to our nation? ICE is happening and other things, and you know, police brutality. And y'all weren't doing that same energy because it wasn't one of your own. But we'll put a pin on that for some other day. You know, so I am with the ish. I'm with the shenanigans of tomorrow. If they're uncomfortable, then I'm fine. They need to be uncomfortable. It's about time. We are not the only ones, people of color, that are supposed to be the only ones uncomfortable. If they're uncomfortable, then I'm comfortable. So let's see what else we have. I think that's pretty much it. Unless you guys have anything else. SZA won 2 Grammys. Dolce won Best Video. I don't know if I mentioned that. Best Music Video. So let's see. Someone said, and this is what I'm saying. Thank you, Marianne. Y'all don't think it's prophetic or strange that Kendrick is saying everything how it is and not how it might be? He keeps winning in five, and five is a powerful, energetic number. If you do a little numerology or you're into that, and it represents drastic change, powerful change. He's changing the narrative. He's taking the culture back. He's doing a lot of changes, even with the Grammys, to have so much hip hop, and so, hip hop was the highlight of the Grammys. Besides, and Justin Bieber's performance was interesting. I put it up. A lot of people was just like, okay, we got a little vanilla moment in there, a little vanilla break. I put it up. He could sing, he could sing, but he was in boxers or kind of basketball shorts or whatever. But either way, so there was just so much going on. But Kendrick saying five plus five, five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5, and he keeps winning. 5 BET Award, 5 Grammys last year, 5 Grammys this year. Let me know when it stops being a coincidence. I've said it again. He is he is operating from a different dimension. He's not in the 3D world. He's fighting a spiritual battle. This is bigger than the music, like he said. It's way bigger than the music. There are evil forces that want his demise. He had a lot of hate against him. He has a lot of jealousy. It's almost like they're wanting to team up. Remember what Kanye West was doing before his, purchased apology? There were a lot of people trying to team up against him versus them. It's not a 1v20. It's not a 20v1. It's a 1v20. It's him against a lot of people. So upset. And they're upset that Bad Bunny stands for something, and he cares about humanity in some type of way, shape, or form. Like, to hear the 20-minute this song, I don't. Yeah, I don't. People think what people were saying, Miss Marianne, was also that Not Like Us and If Euphoria and all that was part of a 20-minute diss track. I don't think that he just had a 20-minute diss track. I think all of them were 20 minutes or 10 minutes, and I'm not kidding. So I don't think that he just broke down a 20-minute and was like, "Oh, I'll give a little chunk for." No, his creativity is free flowing. So I feel like he had five. He said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. He's talking about 10 diss tracks. No, Kendrick had probably 20 or 30, and I'm not kidding. And he had all these people giving him inspiration, all these producers uh, on the clock. Do you know how many producers he used for Euphoria? Five. Five. Five producers for one track. That means, and he was hurrying. He was in a rush to put that out. So, but he still wanted to give out great music. So that means he really wants to do an excellent job. That's why the Euphoria goes through so many changes. Let's see. So upset. I love it. Oh yeah, I love it. And I said, like I said, when they're uncomfortable, I'm comfortable. It's the best way to put it. Just like with hair and everything, they don't want this. They don't want this in a corporate office. They don't want afros. They don't want when you know MAGA is uncomfortable. That means we're doing something right. We're doing something right. So it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, Isaac Hayes was one of the haters. Joe Button, of course. Isaac Hayes is a weird flex too. That's another one. Rest in peace, Isaac Hayes. But Isaac Hayes the third is a whole weirdo. He says nonsense. It's just he runs his mouth. If you listen to what he says, it's incohesive nonsense. It's semantically incorrect. Just says whatever, and he's a hater. He's a hater. And his father, and it's funny, another prophecy, right? That's why I put it in the video. Don't you think it's another coincidence that in Squabble Up, he gave homage, Kendrick paid homage to Isaac Hayes, and he put him and the family thanked him. They thanked Kendrick. They said, put in a post up saying thank you so much. But of course, and I feel like Isaac Hayes III is in his own world, that the family doesn't feel the same way. So he put that as a prophetic thing, and that's also as an indirect information to Isaac Hayes, because Kendrick knows the people that hate on him. So, you know, turn all of them into songs, into the next tour, the next tour. Wouldn't that be phenomenal? The next tour, or the next whatever project the next movie. Give me anything, Kendrick. Put him put. If Kendrick was to, first of all, he's extremely creative. Creative people are usually very creative with a lot of things. They want to do a little this, a little that. If Kendrick does movies like the movie that he's working on, but besides that, like a love story, like Luther, he needs to turn Luther into actual old school love story, like movie. Oh, that would be phenomenal. I will buy it. I'll buy it immediately. So, but that I didn't invest in family. Oh, Isaac Hayes III moves in a sneaky way. He's a hater. Look at the video that I put, that all these people are crashing out. And Joe Button is like back and forther. He's a back and forth. He was all for Kendrick, saying, oh, Kendrick's going to destroy this guy. And then all of a sudden, when Kendrick was winning too many Grammys, he's a Grammy darling. He keeps winning and he keeps saying whatever. So it's just crazy. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Oh, thank you so much. They still haven't released his total gross for the GNX. They only released like 33 shows. Yeah, I find that weird that they haven't released it. I don't know if Kendrick has something to do with it, because it's like, we know he did a lot of money. Um, but this is why he charges a lot, because he also, remember, he had a crew of more than 300 people. As you see from the picture that I uploaded called GNX Crew, he had more than 300 people, and dancers, choreographers, all these technicians, pyrotechnics. He had music. He had the screen, the people that doing the special effects, the screen, all these people working together. He has to pay these people. Putting pyrotechnics and fireworks is not cheap. Every night on a show, the insurance is through the roof to make sure if somebody gets hurt, the liability that comes with that. So while he made a lot of money and his net worth went up, absolutely, because his streams are going crazy, merch is going crazy, um, he has to take care of his people, and he spared no expenses. And I know the dancers got paid very well. I know about how much they got paid, but also per day was crazy. It was good money for those young people. But at the same time, and he did great catering. They said they missed the food and the restaurant, I guess money or whatever they had in account. But they were eating so well. They said they missed the food. He had they had massage on the spot. They had everything they needed. Everything they needed. He made sure they were good. Just like the video, watch your step. And he was like acting like a daddy, making sure they were careful when that performance, that it was in the rain. And he was like, watch your step, and sang it in as part of Peekaboo. So he has to pay a lot of. He got the overhead is crazy. That I did, yeah. I'm glad too, Texas. I'm glad too. Thank you so much again. Um, Aqua said yes. I'm glad too. Bridget said he lost. That show was in South America, where they canceled Colombia. They canceled Colombia. They were trying to do some underhanded stuff. They didn't pass inspection, and they didn't communicate that the inspection did not pass. And when Kendrick's inspector came in, and that's another thing, Kendrick learned a hard lesson there too. I know that for the next whatever, he's gonna send inspectors a week before, 2 weeks before, to just make sure, because when they got there, it was like some inspections were hidden, like they didn't pass inspections, and they said they did, They were like, no, we're fine, everything's set. And the stage was wobbly, the electrical situation was bad. It could have been a casualty in that night. We could have lost people, knock on wood, and that would have been absolutely devastating. And even the front of the barricades, was that foundation was weak and it was not constructed properly. There was so many dangers, and they blamed those people. Were quick to blame Kendrick. A lot of people were like, how could Kendrick do this? Some fans, you know that a lot of people that go to these concerts are not really fans. They just with the hype of the moment, because oh, it's hype to, not like us, it's all hyped up. Because if you're truly a fan of Kendrick, you'll be like, wait a minute, why? If this is an intentional man, why would he cancel something in the last minute? That means it was a last minute emergency that he didn't see. That he didn't see, and they want to be doing sneaky stuff, and people were, they were clowning Columbia for that, for trying to get at Kendrick. They were clowning Columbia. They were like, yeah, I always be doing sneaky stuff, you know, yeah, I always be doing stuff. They just be doing stuff and not doing what they're supposed to. So they didn't do what they were supposed to. Um, the stadium director, whatever, was just foolish. Someone said the Vegas concert was amazing. I wanted to go to the LA, but it was sold out too fast. Crazy. Bridge said those fans showed up and waited just to find out that they canceled the show. But the blame, the ultimate blame, and the ones that played themselves was the venue, the concert venue, the stadium, the venue. The venue did not do right by people and said that everything was fine. And then, thank God, Kendrick has his own inspectors. They are people that are not taking their word. Imagine if you took their word, then you would have put the lives of fans at risk. So they should be thankful that it was canceled. They're probably alive because of that. Respectfully, Luther will be the new poetic justice. Yeah. Aqua Girl said, I hope the next tour I can see and overseas shows. You gotta try to, yeah, let's try to, manifest that, work that, save, because the yeah, overseas is different. They are fun. They're lit, and they show Kendrick so much respect and love, and that's why there was a lot of talk and controversy. Now, a lot of people show Kendrick love in the United States. He had a lot of good smiling videos from here, but at the same time, there was people that didn't appreciate the tour. They didn't appreciate everything he was bringing as much as overseas, and that's a fact. Some people, not all of us, because there's some of us that love him down, and went crazy. We were going crazy in them concerts, getting hurt and all, but going cray in those concerts. The footage speaks for itself. Just type family ties. um, Kendrick and his crew under divine protection. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, because they mean well. Because they mean well. They're good people, just trying to go put a good show, and that's who he selects. Look at the people that work with Kendrick. They all have this chill vibe. They all are, believe in the brotherhood. They have so much love and respect for each other. They speak highly of each other, and they've been. You think you're gonna rock with somebody for 20 years? And if they're not good, because some people, you could have friends that after 10 years or whatever, you discover that they're not good, and then you break, you know you set boundaries, but they're still cool. They still could laugh together. They still could eat, break bread, make money, and they're not disrespectful to Kendrick. You think Kendrick's gonna work with a producer that's disrespectful, condescending, or sarcastic? They're not like that, and they're so blessed because they're so grateful. The people that he keeps picking, even that young guy, Scotch Bridgeway, he has that same kind of energy that they have. I noticed that. Let's see what y'all talking about. Be crazy to see, that girl Shine says. It would be crazy to see, yeah, the overseas. A Jersey girl said Joe Budden can say what he wants, but he still has hatred in his heart. He, first of all, that what was he on? Love and Hip Hop? He was bad in that. He was a douchebag. Like, he was a jerk. because his career did not get anywhere. It went nowhere. Jersey girl, you would know. He's from Jersey. It didn't go anywhere. He couldn't. He didn't get to annihilate Drake. He probably couldn't even annihilate Drake in a battle, and that leaves a lot to be desired for. Jersey girl said because Joe Budden was on the same level like Kendrick, he would have been able to way back then even push a T, but Drake was able to make music. Not because the track didn't hit, just because their popularity was up there. Drake like Kendrick and speaks for people. Yeah, that girl Shine says Joe be trying to hide his hate. Preach. Yeah, he be trying to hide his hate for Kendrick. I'm like, what is we doing? Anybody that's inconsistent, I'm turned off. I don't want to hear it anymore because remember, a broken clock tells time right twice a day. Well, he'll say something that sounds whatever, and that these are panders, and that's what Kendrick was talking about. He wasn't talking about every podcast, but there's people that keep going back and forth. You don't think that turns him off? Pandering to choose a side. Let me choose it for you. That's why I know he doesn't mess with no damn J. Cole. Pandering to choose a side. Oh, this my brother's. Y'all love Kendrick? Right? He has the best album. Hit me on my chin. Come on now. Then you're going to throw subs right after that. You're going to do Port Antonio. Like nothing ever happened. He does because when he first beat Drake, he said, I can't wait to see Kendrick. I need a hug. Then he went on to have hate on him. To hate on him. He's out of control. So Joe Budden was one of the people, Isaac Hayes, and then Smackademics. I don't even want to give energy to him. I, respectfully, I guess somebody smacked some sense into him where he admitted some truth and said, oh, I've been paid. How you pay me 30,000, little baby? That's what I'm saying. He gets paid, and so do a lot of other content creators. Let's see, who else do we have here? Um, Lauren Hill did a phenomenal job. Rest in peace, all the people that she did that tribute for. John Forte, because when I put that video up, some people didn't know who John Forte was. John Forte was singing with them, rapping with them. He was an artist as well, musician, and he like suddenly passed away a few weeks ago, and he was only like 50 or something, 53 or whatever. But and I don't know. I think he had some complications and some problems, but yeah, that was so it was a tribute for D'Angelo, Angie Stone, Roberta Flack. So she did a phenomenal job, and she had not been on that Grammy stage for 20 something years. Fat Joe's another hater as well. Thank you. Fat Joe Aqua Queen is another hater. Oh. Yeah, Little Wayne's a crybaby. Miss Marion said Nas respects Kendrick because they are alike, and their pen game is fantastic. And they move respectfully and quietly. Look at Nas's energy. Nas is like Kendrick's brother. Like they move the same. To me, all of these guys have the same suave and charm. Soundwave, Dave Free, they all move the same. They all move very quietly, intentionally, and put phenomenal work. They're working while people are hating. They don't have time to be back and forth and doing every kind of interview. As you can see, they don't do too many interviews because they don't run their mouth like that. And when they do an interview, it's important. It's an important one. So yes, Miss Marianne, they don't have to be braggadocious, but their accolades and their work speaks for themselves. They know what they're doing and what they're capable of. Look at the work. So it's like Kendrick is slapping all these guys with success, and that is the best karma, is enjoying your life. Because if somebody's that miserable and hating, they hate their life. They don't like where they're going. Academics is bought. It's a bought soul. He's not free. And that's like a prison. That's prisoner. He's a prisoner to his own karma. Jersey Girl said the U.S. is too cool for school at concerts. Well, I spoke about that. They went crazy in a lot. Atlanta went crazy. New York went crazy. But the problem is that they have these chairs also. There's another problem, like I said, and the floor seats have a bunch of chairs, and they're very strict and annoying. They don't let you kind of dance too much in the aisle. People, after a while, after like an hour or two in the concert, the chairs are all over the place and people are dancing, but they be threatening to kick you out of the concert. They're doing too much. But people were turning up in a lot of cities. I want to give credit. Um, you know, Charlotte crazy in the rain, or a lot of people went nuts when Baby Keem came out. I lost my mind, my voice. I was sick because it was cold as heck over there. Um, and rainy. It was rainy and very cold. But we were turning up. I had a raincoat at that show. It was crazy. But yeah, people went insane. But the problem is, like I said, the chairs and fighting. In other cities and other states, the 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 guards were chilling and dancing and part of the show, like enjoying the show. And in some places, they were absolutely annoying. Some of the places were horrible, and but like I said, even that, and you're right, the turn up is also real overseas. Nah, y'all gotta book a overseas. We gotta book a overseas. You gotta do Germany. You gotta do Amsterdam. You gotta do London. And Argentina, I think, was crazy. Argentina was playing 0 games. The best, yeah, revenge is your bought and paid for. No credibility and no freedom to speak your mind. So I'm enjoying my freedom. And somebody said, "Don't get too big and be compromised and stuff." That was cute. A lot of people be saying cute comments and cute stuff. Um, but nah, I can't be free like that. I can't. I will lose myself, and I would not want to somebody to dictate what I'm saying. You're gonna tell a change in the energy. People will know. Subscribers know. They can feel, and they know. So, like I said, and it's unfortunate because I like a lot of the content creators that are kind of paid. Like I see, I enjoy their humor. They're funny. They have good input sometimes. But the fact that you can't trust them, the fact that they're bought and compromised, it feels whack. It's crazy. And to me, they're delusional. How are you praising this album? You know, I and I can't. I just can't. Joe Biden, a lot of them felt some type of way because whacked out murals was directed at a lot of people. If the shoe fits, wear it and walk a mile in the shoes. If the shoe fits, wear it and learn a lesson and walk a mile. So there were just so many haters, and there still are. I can't even keep track of all of them, nor do I care to. But let's see what happens tomorrow. Um, and all of the other features, they're working. Like Young Threat, I don't know what, I gotta catch up to him and see what the heck he's been up to, because he's a GNX feature and I don't feel like he's doing too much. Peso's trying. Peso did a feature with AZ Chike. He's working and stuff. um Dodie's in La La Land. And and I'm also waiting, and I know you guys are waiting too, for Kendrick to put out more music videos from the other songs. But imagine, there was like a video that I put a while back that that there was like they were kind of recording Hey Now a little bit, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Hey Now is a dope song and a disaster because of Dodie. So I don't know what's even gonna happen. I could. It's so annoying. I can't say that. I don't want to say that. Joe Budden, a lot of them, some type of way. I don't like any of them. It's so many people I don't like, and I feel like like Kendrick, and I understand him because it's like so many people compromise. It's hard to find authentic people. So I appreciate this community and people that understand what I'm even saying. You know what we're talking about. AC Jack is adorable, and he's even though he's a little freaky boy. He's always talking about something. He's a little, fresh boy, but he's so sincere and so like the way he talked, and all of the features said that Kendrick sat them down and talked about their life and where they want to go and how to do this music business. He put them on game, on serious game. Um, Lefty said that. He said you gotta stop what you're doing, getting yourself in trouble. Um, Take care of your people you represent for your people. The talks that Kendrick had with these guys in the interviews, you could hear what they said. And AC Chike said it. He said, you have been given a breakthrough. That Kendrick was talking about his breakthrough. Your time is now. All eyes on you. Make sure you got the city behind your back, and you look back to your city and help your city when you continue to make it. And he's following Kendrick's playbook. And the first thing that AC Chike did was stop messing with a bunch of girls, a bunch of toxic girls, and being in all over the place, and a bunch of toxic guys that were just getting him in trouble. And he was at a very down point in his career when he got this alley oop, this blessing from Kendrick. Imagine Kendrick wanting you on his album. That is incredible. So he was at a very low point, and God just took him from that and elevated him. And it's like, we're going to give it to you, but what you going to do with it? Just like that old song, I can give it to you, but what you going to do? I can give it to you, but what? Somebody said, hello, beautiful. That's so nice. Thank you. Lady, how you doing? Lady Shaq needs to release some more. He needs to release some more songs, but now with the company, the record label, it has to. It's a process, but he got to keep his foot on the gas. The eyes are on him. He has to put the foot on the gas. He has to continue. He's networking like crazy. He is networking like crazy. He's waiting for his album to be, I guess, released. It's a process. It's not just him. He's rushing things because he likes, to things to come a little fast. Yeah, and it's not him. He talks about it on Instagram a lot, and I think TikTok. He talks about it in some of the lives. I, sometimes I'll be in some of his lives, and he is showing a little frustration for the release. It's not him. Trust me, because if you see what he talks about, he's like, I want this ASAP. He's always saying that, but he's like, I gotta go with the process and stuff. They phone was signed to Jay Z. Jay Z had more respect for Kendrick, and I think he gave Kendrick a feature before J. Cole. It still killed my vibe. Yeah, watched with Kendrick. Yeah, but Jay Z did a good job. There's a video that's viral of Kendrick listening to Jay Z's song, and he was like, "Yo, he killed that. He killed that." Jay Z did a good job with "Don't Kill My Vibe." I was like, okay, he was okay. He didn't. I don't think he. Kendrick is still better to me, and I'm completely biased. So hey, but Jay Z did pretty good. That song was fire. Like I don't know, it's like Kendrick kills it every time in a lot of songs. And I have so much unreleased music also that I hear and I listen to, and I upload and join the membership. They have a bunch of songs everywhere, and I'm still uploading more. And they're phenomenal gems. The stuff that never made it, a lot of it could go triple platinum today. It's absolute bangers. He got bangers. He got all kinds of variety. Um, I don't think you'll see a mosh pit in the U.S. There were some. There was some. I recorded some. We were definitely turning up, but nothing like Europe. Nothing like Europe. These people, I forgot. I think it was Amsterdam. They took their shirt off, all the guys, and they were on the floor doing something that looked like roll, roll, roll your boat. They were just going crazy. I don't know what the hell that was. And I was like, what the hell? They're turning up in a different way. They were throwing their t-shirt away to whoever wanted them. They were going crazy. Yo, it's different. It's completely different. You want to experience something fun and outrageous, and the people and food and joy, they love music overseas. They love it so much, and they respect it. Every country overseas had a chant for Kendrick, emphasis. They do a royal chant, a respectable chant. Like they were like, "Oh, Kendrick Lamar." They were saying that everywhere. They paid homage. They respected this man, and that's. I'm sorry, but it's different than the United States. That does make it different. It was phenomenal. It was so great to see. It was amazing. And he said New York doesn't mess with Kendrick. Are you crazy? New York loves Kendrick. New York loves Kendrick. Who were the people who sold out both stadiums, both nights? There was people in the parking lot. I have a video of people chilling in the parking lot because it was sold out. So people was having the concert just like in at the Bay Area concert. There were people at that stadium in New York in the cars. Everybody was in their cars. They were like, "Nah, we're gonna get this concert, even if it was sold out." They was the tailgate parties at that stadium in New York, New Jersey were turned. They were like, "No, we're gonna get this concert." Kid just got signed. Hopefully he does well. Yeah, and I forgot who else. Uh, who else got signed? Well, AZ Chike and a few of them were doing okay, and Lefty too. There were mosh pits in the US, but overseas they have mosh pits, right, right. That girl shines hit. Okay, Texas. Glad to hear that about hit. I did. Yeah. Yo, watching those overseas videos is wild. If you want to relive it, and I keep posting, little remember this video from the GNX, just refreshers, refreshers. I will never forget Drake trying to create a mosh pit. Angry. That's so embarrassing. Come on, y'all can do it. Open the circles up. I have that video. If you want to laugh, just type Drake on my page. Just type the word Drake. Every time I'm editing Drake, I'm cracking up. I'm like this. I'm cracking up. I'm like, like when I'm editing Drake, I'm finding the silliest things possible and the funniest things possible. And him being so angry makes me laugh so hard. Like, and the toilet paper stuff was so amazingly disrespectful. It was Sensitive Savage. It was phenomenal. It made the sun bright and my teeth shine. It was great. That was fantastic. That phone thing though, it looked like it hurt. Respectfully, when they whacked him with the phone, when they threw that phone. Now, Kendrick, they threw phones on the stage, but it was like low, like they were throwing respectfully, so that he could record. Cause they have a thing overseas too. Like I said, they're different overseas. They have a thing where it's like they want you to record, because Kendrick does that. He takes people's phones to record. He's done that at many concerts. He's like, "Yo, okay, I'm gonna give you the footage that you want. I wish he would have taken my phone. Jeez, I was trying to give it to him." New York loves Kendrick. They go crazy. They prefer Kendrick over uh what's his name? All these rap and some of these rap, not Nas. They respect Nas. They respect Nas, but um I forgot the one that was trying to battle Ray Vaughn or whatever. They don't. They will change him. The delegation of New York will gladly give him away. They don't care about no thing. They four corners. I think after the Grammys, let's see. That was hilarious. Kendrick has a residence in Brooklyn, and he be out and about in Harlem, exercising, doing stuff. He be out and about in New York. Listen. There's a New York connection with Kendrick. Kendrick loves New York, and also Baby Keem. Remember, I said that Baby Keem has a New York connection. I don't know if he lives there. I feel like he does. Um, And Kendrick's first music video ever, he recorded in New York, ADHD, for his song. So Kendrick loves New York. He has a residence in Brooklyn, overseeing the bridge and everything. And it looks like a beautiful place. Um, Four Corners is crazy. Jersey Girl, they have it overseas because those water bottles hit him in the face while he was in the air when they threw it. When they threw that phone at Drake, I almost flatlined. Joey Badass, right? Thank you, thank you, that girl shines. Joey Badass. We were, they were just, yeah. We were looking at Joey Badass. His diss tracks were like, okay, I understand the New York flow and I understand all that stuff, but it's like they were so mediocre. Rayvon could clear him out. Rayvon could take him out clean. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Nah, they prefer Kendrick, hands down. That was one of the craziest places that went crazy in the concerts in the United States. New York, New Jersey was different. Kendrick did the mall thing. Remember, he did the pop-out show for SZA, and he showed up at the mall and talked to people and talked to all of us. I was bugging the hell out. I was bugging. I was like, I can't believe he showed up to this and was walking around. He was on the stage and stuff, signing stuff, signed merch, everything. Oh, I gotta show y'all my record. So yeah, nah, he loves New York. People still mad. LA is still mad that he didn't bring Baby Keem. He could have easily brought Baby Keem to LA those 3 nights. He gave LA 3 nights. That's his home. But he gave Jersey and New York 2 nights and brought Baby. People are still salty about that. Joey Badass was just cloud chasing. He was completely just putting an album, and then he canceled his concert. He's like, oh, life is lifey, and canceled his own tour. So it is what it is. I don't know. He had maybe a bar tour. Just I don't think it was arenas, but he's another one that tried to use Tupac in a negative way. I'm so sick that there are. That's why I call the video "Legions of Haters." Legions. There are so many people hating on Kendrick. They hate because they can't be him. They can't be him. They can't beat him, and they don't have as much swag. Kendrick is desirable. If you know, you know. If you don't know something about my channel, you know. That we've displayed that, and then and there's been some hate on my channel. I had to remove so many people yesterday and all these other days. Every time I do these quiet stores, I swear for God, most people enjoy it though. Yeah, Joey Badass is another hater, and they keep doing that. So let's see what happens. And the stuff with the clips, about that Epstein file, that's not proving anything right now. So I'm not jumping on the bandwagon of accusing or whatever, because no, if it was something for real, uh, we, let's see the evidence. So, and Clips and Pusha T are winning right now, and he's having a new baby, and he has a lot going on. So that's right. Yeah. So all these people, let's see. So yeah, every day there's news. I can't keep up. That's why I just be writing stuff. Uh, yeah, that's why I just be writing stuff. Enjoying non-badass. Right, he gotta retire that name. Unique said that mental health was messed up, and the battle image. Imagine what he would have went through if Kendrick would have a stab at him. If Kendrick would have they can't. Kendrick is the big giant, the big three. He is the big three. So it is what it is. Mentioned that earlier. But I saw how many times you can get Kendrick. Listen, that short iron god. It's crazy. It was crazy. Some of the Atlanta rapper since they are 10 when they are 3, and they are not for the culture, but they are for the dollars. That's another thing. Something weird's going on in Atlanta. A lot of them can't be trusted, or they were too quick to mess with Drake. That's another problem. So no, it is what it is. But thank you so much. I don't want to take up too much time. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the content. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the membership. Enjoy. And I'm trying to still fight these copyrights and all this nonsense. So I'm gonna work through that and see what kind of, a lot of the videos I try to upload. I was trying to upload this fantastic interview today, and it just wouldn't let me, of Kendrick. Um, and some, even some stuff that's like, I'm like, it's my, like, it's no copyright. Like the stuff that wasn't even have music and stuff. Like some of my footage that I just been going through it with YouTube, but just, yeah. Let's keep a positive outlook, I guess, on that. Some crazy comments under the Kendrick pressure. What? Think they are? You are. Oh, they think yeah, they think my channel. They understand, or they feel like I'm connected to something, or I have some type of, because I have unique footage. I'll say that I do have unique footage, and I'll just keep the mystery. They feel like I'm connected to uh, Whitney. People straight up said this is being ran by Whitney, or that I know her, or know Kendrick, and stuff like that. There may be some truth or not, but uh, no, they don't have Andre 3000. Too many Andre 3000 not left, and that's why the OGs are running stuff right now, because some of the young people, they don't know what the hell they're doing. YouTube be hating. Oh, for real. YouTube be hating. Oh my God, they're putting us through it. It's like my channel is growing fast, and YouTube is like almost not against me, because I don't want to say that or speak that, but it feels. You get me? Like, you don't understand. It's like I have so much more stuff that I want to put out, and it won't allow it. It won't let me, no matter what. And it's nothing bad. I have behind the scenes stuff and things that are exclusive, stuff that I captured that is exclusive, and it won't allow certain things. Like it's bad, like it's whatever. I had to fight stuff that was not fair, and then it was like, oh, my bad, our bad. So yeah, I understand deleted and what he goes through, and some of the content creators. Because I thought you actually worked for Kendrick and the crew. I'm tapped in. I kind of do. I kind of do. You're not kind of wrong, in a way. So you're not wrong. I have stuff. I have stuff. Very. You seem very tapped in and talented. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing my stuff that I like. That my gift. Something that is fun for me. Something that's easy for me. So yeah, my creativity, my authenticity. Yeah. So my intention is to bring good, vibes, and great music, a vibe connoisseur, like I've been saying, and bring some great content, and entertain people, and give people something that they haven't seen before. So let's pray that everything goes smooth, because at the rate they're going, man, it's like, dang, I hope they don't take myself, my whole channel, like, please, Jesus Christ, I don't even know. But it is what it is. If it's for you, it's not going to pass you by. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, it's not. I got to, take it with a grain of salt and stay the course. Complaining about YouTube, it's for real. It's glitchy, where it thinks like if I put, like, even if let's say I put this video, this is not copyright, this is me live, and it's me. So it's like, it's my video. I had to fight that, It doesn't that make sense? And that makes no sense, right? I'm fighting like stuff that is like there's no music and I'm talking, you know. So I had to fight that, and I got real frustrated, and it was crazy. The Love Radio is fantastic. The Love Radio is phenomenal, and join the membership. Join the membership if you like, you know, for a month or so, and it's just so much footage in the right. Tell them, members, it's so much stuff I have uploaded, and I got more stuff to upload if YouTube is not playing no games. I was trying to upload 2 member stuff today, and I had to put something. I have to put something else, but just pray. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to do y'all right. I'm gonna pray on it. I'm gonna sage again. I literally was saging because I was like, yo, what is going on? So it's a lot going on, and it's like they threaten legalities and all this. Man, I just want to put a good vibe on. I just want to put something that makes people smile. Leave me alone, and just crush haters. You know, be a savage to haters. That's all I want to do. Just keep it simple. Keep it moving. But you're welcome. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I love when people enjoy something that I want you to enjoy. Because it's like when I upload stuff, I know it's good when I'm smiling. When I'm like, yo, they gonna spaz on this track. They gonna love this stuff, you know. So thank you so much. Yeah, I have more stuff for the members, way more stuff. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. All the members, Texas Flower, you so funny. Y'all so funny, the stuff you say. My bestie. For this live for all you do. Yeah, us like meeting. Thank you for being here. I know everybody, all y'all favorites, all y'all other people's is live. So, but it is what it is. You know, Gloria forever. You know, Kendrick's pen for life. Like, you know, as giving us healing music, music for the soul, music for your mind, body, and spirit, and has given us moments that we can live by, affirmations, you know. So thank you, and thank you for being with me on this journey. Let's see where it takes us. And I appreciate y'all for the super chats. God bless y'all. Good night. Let's enjoy the Super Bowl tomorrow, and let's talk about it. Let's chit chat. Let's dissect the Super Bowl next week. I will be going live more often so that I can do my reactions. And I'm working on all the diss tracks reactions. Meet the Grams is such an enjoyable lullaby. So I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying that so much. Oh, thank you so much, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for that super chat. Unbelievable. I appreciate it, lady. Thank you so much, lady, for that super chat. That $10 super chat. I appreciate everything I put into my work. I want to give you good content. Like Eric said that we did the collab. He was like, I don't know how specific she was because I put him through. I was like, okay, we're going to do this. What do you want to do? It has to be done right. We got to do a good collab. You know, I want to bring good stuff, good content. So keep enjoying it, and I will keep bringing y'all stuff. And let me know what you want to see. Also, just let me know. Uh, Visit the community or leave a community post. T Style, keep on the behind the scene footage coming. I appreciate you. Such a good, you guys are good writers. T Style, you know. Diction is up. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. This is fun, and we'll see you next week or next time. It's good to talk, like-minded people. So I do have a Cash App. It's in all the descriptions. Wait, hold on. Let me put it right here. Let me put my Cash App. Thank you. People had to tell me to do that because I was like not doing it. But I opened up a Cash App. Let's see. Okay, how to do this. Okay. Cash App. Thank you so much. If you like what I'm doing and supporting the channel, I appreciate y'all. Let me see, did I put it up? Yes, okay. So that's it. Thank you so much. This is Savage 37. I appreciate y'all and see you next time. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Let's see what they get into next week. So Thank you for being here. See you. Bye.